Welcome to the Rochester Raging Rhinos pregame show sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. Tonight, the Rhinos host the Atlanta Silverbacks in the final game of their Paytech Park homestand. The Rhinos closing out their 6-game homestand tonight. The match kicking off at 8:05 p.m. The first 2,500 kids ages 12 and under receive a Rhinos lunchbox courtesy of Foodlink and Zweigels. The Rhinos enter the match with a record of 8 wins, 2 losses, and 7 ties. They're currently in the second place, 8 points behind the Montreal Impact, who last night tied the Virginia Beach Mariners 1-1. And the Rhinos have some key names on the injured list tonight. Looking at some lineup changes here for the Rhinos. Aaron Lyons will start. He's got a bruised right shin. Also, Frankie Sanfilippo, Johnny Manyanger will not start tonight. They're nursing a thigh strain for Frankie Sanfilippo and a thigh contusion for Johnny Manyanger. Greg Howes is available on the bench. He's not 100% fit, nursing a thigh sprain. Don Stevens will have the changes in the Rhinos lineup tonight as to who's coming in for those 2 or 3 players. In the Rhinos' last game, they were eliminated from the 2006 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup after 120 minutes of scoreless play, falling to the New England Revolution from Major League Soccer in penalty kicks. Scott Vallow recorded 8 saves in the match, and to be honest with you, it was probably one of the best performances ever from Scott Vallow, maybe even from a Rhino goalkeeper. Leading the way for the Rhinos in scoring, it's Matthew Delicott, the big man up top. He's got 16 points, 7 goals, 2 assists through 17 games. And defender, the rookie, Kenny Burtz, was named to the USL First Division Team of the Week. He recorded his first point on July 28th with the Matthew Delicott assist on the game-tying goal against Seattle. Tonight's opponent, the Atlanta Silverbacks. Atlanta lost to the Toronto Lynx last night 4-2 at Silverback Stadium. And talking to some of the Silverbacks players before tonight's match, they said it was the worst performance of Atlanta's season. The Silverbacks are led by the rookie up top, Jason McLaughlin. He's got 12 points, 5 goals, and 2 assists through 17 games this season. Other players to watch out for: Fabian Dawkins, the Jamaican international. He was named the USL First Division Player of the Week, actually, for Week 15. He scored a goal and had 2 assists in the 3-2 victory over Minnesota on Sunday, July 30th. And, of course, the Honduran international, former MLS MVP Alex Pineda Chacon, another one to watch out for the Atlanta Silverbacks. In goal tonight from Mexico, Felipe Quintero. He's tied for first in the league with 8 wins. Head-to-head, this is the first of 2 matches between the Rhinos and the Silverbacks. This season, the Rhinos traveled to Atlanta on Saturday, September 2nd. That's a 7:30 p.m. match. The Rhinos are 8-2-1 all-time against Atlanta. They're also 5-1-1 at home. Let's look at the matchup tonight between the Rhinos and the Atlanta Silverbacks. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous night for soccer. Light breeze, beautiful skies, and a great night for soccer here at Paytech Park. If you don't have tickets, come on over to the Paytech Park box office and pick up a couple, because it's a gorgeous night to watch soccer here at Paytech Park. When we come back, we'll be joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Soccer Sam. And you're listening to the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Rochester Raging Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. Getting ready tonight for the Rhinos and the Atlanta Silverbacks. Joe Giuliano with Soccer Sam, the man, the myth, I guess the legend.
Yeah, right.
Welcome, buddy.
Most buffets. Hey, I went to the town board meeting down there. I listened. I tell you, Coach Lori Calloway.
Town hall meeting.
Town hall, town board, whatever. Town hall, 300-400 people showed up.
Good crowd.
Amazing crowd. I think Lori Calloway did a great job explaining on his player moves and what he did, and the fans really gave him a nice standing ovation and really admired what he had to say. Steve Donner got up there and talked about some of the growing pains, and he made a point that I never thought about. It's like this thing is like, it's not really done yet. You got the trailers in the corner there. You got a lot of things happening where a lot of people are upset about certain little things, but this is growing pains for a new stadium. It was like the first year of Frontier. A lot of things weren't perfect. Matthew Ford said a lot of great things, but overall, I think the fans, all their concerns, including Nicholas Joseph, the head security guy, spoke to the fans and said, hey, listen, my office is right over there. You have a problem, you come to me. You're not happy the way my security guys are treating you, you come to me. But overall, I think all 400, 500 fans really felt comfortable that this organization is doing everything they can to make things right.
So your thoughts on the town hall setup? It's a good chance for the fans to voice their opinions and kind of vent their frustrations.
Yeah, I talked about my taxes. I don't see if they lower them, but they wouldn't listen. I think they own that, but a lot of people also vented how excited they were that they had this great facility and the sight lines are great. Yeah, the concessions, it's temporary. They don't have a real kitchen to cook in. Everything's temporary. So next year that'll be all fixed, and that's the biggest problem I think right now is people aren't happy with the concessions. But one guy just said it great. He goes, "Hey, I'm here to watch soccer. I eat before the games. If you're not happy with the concessions, eat before the games and come to the game and enjoy the game. That's it. Enjoy the sightlines, enjoy the players, enjoy the excitement." So I think overall, I think it was great that they did that, and I hope that they do it more often. I think it's great if all businesses could do that. Imagine being able to sit down with your customers and say, "Hey, why don't you like our product, or why aren't you coming as often?" And you can fix it. So this is a great opportunity for the Rhino organization to fix it. But Joe, everyone I talked to, Joe Giuliano, they're saying he's the greatest color guy they've ever seen. He's the host of the pregame, the postgame. Amazing
Where
information.
is this coming from?
3 different people came up to you, like unsolicited, came up to you and said, "I tell you, Joe's really great." I don't think they even know I'm with you.
Oh, Sammy, come on now.
Seriously.
Well, thank you.
The post-game show, not only are you honest and you know the game, the way you explain it, and the details with the coach, the questions you ask. So many people are into what you're doing on the post-game and the pre-game, and keep on doing the good work you're doing, buddy. And I'm just going to be the goofball that I am.
Sam, you're a great goofball. It's easy to work with you. You make it easy for me. But tonight, the Rhinos, unfortunately, getting knocked out of the U.S. Open Cup. How do they bounce back against the Silverbacks? And really, the only thing to focus on now is the first division in the USL.
It's definitely, Joe, but I got to say one thing really quick is that MLS, I've said it for years, overrated. I boycott MLS. You saw it the other night. This team, with a $500,000 budget, one player alone on New England makes $500,000. This team with a complete budget of that, with that one player, was in the game, could have won this game. It could have won either way, right to the end. Scott Bell, what he did. So we are basically one of the top teams in American soccer, I think. New England, if you look at the roster, Joe, man for man, that's the best team in MLS. Maybe they've had knocks and injuries, but
agree.
Man for man, that is like one of the best teams in MLS. We were right in there with it. Yeah, they didn't have Dempsey, but overall, we were right in that game. So my congratulations to the Rhinos. The Silverbacks tonight, if the Rhinos play like they played against New England the other night, this is going to be a 5-6-0 game. Silverbacks got on the plane this morning to come here. They played last night against Toronto. The Sausage Links beat them.
Unbelievable.
Could you imagine getting beat by a team called the Sausage Links? So they lose to the Sausage Links, the worst team in the league, and they're coming here tonight. It's going to be an amazing game tonight if the Rhinos play like they did the other night.
Soccer Sam's all riled up. Relax. Save your energy for the post-game show.
I will, Joe. Thanks for having me.
All right, Soccer Sam, as usual. Great stuff here on the Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. You're listening to the Rhinos Broadcast Network. This is the Raging Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. Joe Giuliano preparing you for the Rhinos and the Atlanta Silverbacks. It is a gorgeous, comfortable evening here at Paytech Park, getting ready for the Rhinos and the Silverbacks as the Rhinos return to USL First Division play. 4 games last night in the First Division. Atlanta, who hopped on a plane this morning, as Soccer Sam said, losing at home to the Toronto Lynx 4-2. Kevin Jeffrey scoring 2 goals and 1 assist in the 96-degree heat down in Atlanta. It's Atlanta with the lead, though, in the first 16 minutes. Toronto coming back for the 4-2 win. Big news for the Rhinos. Montreal and Virginia Beach 1-1 tie at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. Antonio Ribeiro had the goal for Montreal, also getting 2 yellow cards sent off in the match for Montreal. Mauro Biello hit the crossbar in stoppage time. It would have been the second game-winning goal if Biello had scored in stoppage time in the last 2 games. Former Rhino Billy Sedgwick started the match for Montreal. The Mariners' goal scored by former Rhino Greg Simmons in the 71st minute. Vancouver 3-1 over Puerto Rico. Joey Jurtson scoring the first goal for Vancouver after 50 seconds of play. That's a fast start in soccer. And Minnesota 1-0 over the Portland Timbers. And the talisman continues for the Timbers. They're winless in 11 games. Minnesota's first win versus Portland since 2003. 2 games tonight in the First Division. Toronto at Charleston, Atlanta here at Rochester, and 2 games tomorrow. Vancouver at Miami, and Montreal at Virginia Beach. Looking at the table for the First Division, Montreal 39 points after 19 games played. Vancouver now in second place with 32 points. They have played 21 games, and the Rhinos and Charleston both with 31 points in the USL First Division. Looking back at the U.S. Open Cup from the fourth round, teams advancing, all teams from Major League Soccer advancing from the fourth round. The Revolution, the Galaxy, the Rapids, FC Dallas, Houston Dynamo, the New York Red Bulls, and D.C. United. Kansas City and Chicago was postponed. That game will be played at a later date. So here's a schedule for the quarterfinals on August 23rd. Colorado at the Los Angeles Galaxy, FC Dallas at the Houston Dynamo, the New York Red Bulls at D.C. United, and the New England Revolution will take on the winner of Chicago and Kansas City. When we come back, we'll have an update on the MLS All-Star Game. They're taking on Chelsea at Toyota Park in Chicago. You are listening to the Rochester Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the final segment of the Rochester Raging Rhinos pregame show, sponsored by Perry's Ice Cream. Joe Giuliano taking up to kickoff. Don Stevens takes over then for the Rhinos and the Atlanta Silverbacks from Paytech Park. It is a beautiful night for soccer. If you don't have tickets, again, come on up to the Paytech Park box office, pick up a couple, and enjoy a beautiful evening at a brand new soccer stadium. The Sierra Mist MLS All-Star Game continues with their theme of MLS taking on the world. After 45 minutes of play, the MLS All-Stars and Chelsea are scoreless. A year ago, the MLS team defeated Fulham 4-1 at Columbus Crew Stadium, and 3 years ago, the MLS All-Stars knocked off Chivas of Guadalajara 3-2 at the Home Depot Center. So again, update there. MLS and Chelsea at the half are scoreless. And staying with Major League Soccer, they solidified its long-term prospects on Friday when they confirmed a new television deal with ABC and ESPN that will include rights fees for the first time for the league broadcast. The 8-year deal will give the league its widest coverage is ever enjoyed on a TV network. Although financial details on the agreement were not discussed by either side, it's understood that Disney, who owns ABC and ESPN, is paying the league in the neighborhood of $15 million a year. It's the third media outlet to agree to pay for MLS broadcasts following earlier announcements by HDNet and Fox Soccer Channel also into the mix. Spanish language network Univision also going to sign with MLS in the near future. So great news for Major League Soccer. $15 million a year from ABC and ESPN. U.S. soccer player Eddie Pope is retiring from international competition. He's ending his career, which he played in 3 World Cups and the 1996 Olympics. Eddie Pope now playing for Real Salt Lake this year in Major League Soccer. He has missed the last 2 games because of a bruised right foot. In Barcelona, the Champions League winners have arrived in the U.S. for a 3-game tour. The Spanish Giants face Chivas of Guadalajara in Los Angeles tomorrow. Then they head to Houston to face Club America on August the 9th, and then wrapping up things versus the New York Red Bulls August 12th at Giant Stadium. All 3 games will air on Fox Soccer Channel. And today marked the start of soccer all across England, with play starting in the League Championship, League One, and League Two, the 3 divisions below the Premier League. And Sheffield Wednesday, who was in town to take on the Rochester Raging Rhinos, opening their League Championship season 0-0 with Preston North End. The Premier League opens on August 17th. That's a look at the world of soccer. When we come back, Don Stevens will have the starting lineups tonight. It's the Rochester Raging Rhinos and the Atlanta Silverbacks coming to you live from Paytech Park. You've been listening to the Rhinos pregame show.
Park once again tonight as the Rhinos host the Atlanta Silverbacks. Certainly pleased to have you folks along, and this for the Rhinos is the 18th match of the season. 18 already. It's the 20th of the season for the Atlanta Silverbacks. As far as games played is concerned, the Rhinos have the fewest games played in the league this year, so they have games in hand on everybody, and we'll be looking to make some ground and win some of those games in hand. Certainly they'll be needed when it comes to trying to catch up to the Montreal Impact for first place overall in the league. And the Rhinos coming in on the heels of a 2-1 win over Seattle last week, as Joe was telling you about it. The Rhinos outshooting Seattle in that one 19-6. The big concern right now is the Rhinos coming off of a very devastating loss on Wednesday night to the New England Revolution in U.S. Open Cup play. Now the question being, will the team be able to bounce back from that rather dramatic or traumatic, if you will, loss to New England, having played all the way down to the end and losing it in penalty kicks after 120 minutes of playing time. So a great game, but a very devastating loss for the Rhinos. They really wanted to continue on in Open Cup play this year. All right, while we're on the subject, we'll talk with the coach of the Rhinos, that being, of course, Coach Laurie Calloway, to ask him for his thoughts on that particular situation. And the coach's comment brought to you by Zweigel's, the official hot dog at Paytech Park. And I asked the coach if he thought it would be a problem for his players to bounce back tonight after that loss to New England.
No, I think we've had the 3 days to work on psyche and mentality as far as, reinforcing the positives that came out of that game the other night, and there was a tremendous amount. We can't overlook those. The one negative, obviously, the loss and the way we lost it in the shootout, it's gone. We can't do much about it. So we've concentrated on the positives. The fact we don't have the cup to concentrate anymore is a huge positive. So it gives us total focus on the league. The way we played in general, as far as creating space, chances for ourselves, probably as many as we've done in any league game this year, good chances, and worked actually in practice on finishing and building the guys' confidence to put the ball in the net, and so I think they'll be okay tonight. You can never tell, athletes are athletes, and soccer's soccer, and sports are sports. Sometimes for the best reasons in the world, where you think guys are going to come out steaming like we thought we would against Toronto, we were flat. And tonight I think there's good reasons now for the players to want to put things right and want to start this run towards the playoffs, and 40 points, which sort of guarantees your sixth spot at least, and we can get those 40 points within this next 4 games. So they know that, and I think they'll be trying to do their best tonight.
It's effect out of that last game also because of the heat and the full length of the game, including the overtimes. Your team expended a lot of energy in that game, didn't it?
Yes, and to that end we've made some changes tonight with 4 games in 9 days looming tonight. Montreal and Minnesota next Sunday. We're resting some legs. We've got some guys who are banged up and probably could play, like Frankie Sanfilippo, who's been playing injured for weeks now. He's not going to suit tonight. Greg Howes is going to suit, but we won't see much from Greg. He's banged up. We're going to bring in some young players and hopefully some young legs that will help us counterbalance the guys that played for 125 minutes or whatever it was with the shootout, 30 minutes if you count the shootout the other night. So Ballo will be in there, Lyons is going to be in there, Delicate and Connolly, they're all going to, guys who played the full stint, they're all going to be in there, but we're going to have some guys who didn't play since last Monday in the reserve game, so they're going to be hopefully balancing out that what possibly could be a fatigue factor with that tough game.
Now, Atlanta played at home last night, so that would be trying to take advantage of that also, right, with some fresh legs?
Yeah, they played at home and flew today. The last time they did that was they came to Toronto a few weeks ago, and Willie went up to see the game, and he said they looked absolutely out on their feet. Now, again, you could say, well, they're guaranteed to be out on their feet, but again, it's a strange game, and they knew last night if they'd have won, they'd have gone level with us, and they were in a chance for second place tonight. Now they've fallen behind, so they may be going to fight doubly hard to just stay with us and get back to equal with us. They're on 28, we're on 31, so they're not out of the picture, and it's a dog-eat-dog game, like most of them are now coming down the wire here, down to the wire. So, we're expecting a tough game, certainly for the first 45 minutes. If fatigue's going to affect them, it's probably going to be later in the game.
What type of team is Atlanta? What do you know about them?
They're a technical team. They tried to play. They've got technical players with De Lima in the back, Rios and Chacon in the middle, if they play, because of the last night, obviously. Chacon in particular is a little older, so he struggles to play 2 games in 2 days like this. They got speed up front. If McLaughlin plays, it was one of the All-Star kids. And then in the last, until last night, I think there was 4-2-1 in the last 6-7 games or something like that. And so obviously a team that was in the right mode coming into last night. Now, how that will have affected their psyche, I don't know. A 4-2 loss at home to Toronto. Here we go again, Toronto spoiling everybody's party. Who are probably the hottest team in the league right now, if the truth's known.
All right, as you come into this game tonight, this being the last of this long 6-game homestand, so the difference between a good homestand and a so-so homestand is a win tonight, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. I mean, the 2 wins have come in the most recent part of our home stand, so it's good signs that we're getting it right, or learning how to play here. We've pretty much adopted a 3-5-2 system as opposed to the first few games where we tied the 4-4-2. That seems to help us control midfield a little bit more, and it would be nice to leave the home stand with a win and make it 3 total and just the 1 loss. So, you know, but each game is important to us, whether it's home or away, and those 3 games to get that 40 points to get the sort of guaranteed playoff spot is our goal for this next week. This is the first step towards that, and you know, hopefully we can pick up the 9 points from the 12 by next Sunday, and breathe a little easier then, and just go out to second or first place at that point.
That's the coach of the Rhinos, Laurie Calloway. And here at Paytech Park, as the Rhinos players are being introduced, the visiting Atlanta Silverbacks have already been introduced, and they're on the field, and we'll be getting underway very shortly with this one. But tonight, boy, this is probably the best weather we've had for a soccer game at Paytech Park as of yet.
Absolutely perfect, gorgeous conditions this evening. And the Silverbacks, I don't know how they've got anything left in the tank. They played last night against Toronto, and now they're going to fly up to Rochester this morning and take on the Rhinos. We'll see.
So you're going to make excuses for them, are you?
Hey, excuses or whatever. Let me get 3 points. That's fine with me.
All the teams in the league have to do it, right? That's what I'm always told anyway. When you start saying giving excuses for this and that and the other thing, everybody says, all right, but everybody has to do it.
That's a brutal schedule. Brutal.
And I think the Rhinos have some of that coming up themselves. They play on the 1st at home, September the 1st at home, and then the 2nd in Atlanta, so it's going to be turnaround. Then the next week they'll play the 9th at home and the 10th in Charleston. So the Rhinos have to do it twice to end up the season.
I don't like it. I don't like it. You know, if it's the opposing team, maybe we'll accept it. But if it's the Rhinos, I don't like it. It's a lot to ask.
Well, it is. It is a lot to travel on the day of a game like that is very disruptive. It's a very tough thing to do. But the thing is, you have to do it. I mean, you might as well get it out of your mind and start feeling good about it. Because
there's no sense in complaining. I mean, up here I can complain all I want. It doesn't matter. But
yeah, it does. I don't want to hear you complaining.
They've just got to go at it. That's all you can say. They can't do anything about it. Just go at it. Do your best. And the new look Rhinos tonight, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, they're wearing a nice bright uniform. Back to the storyline, I guess, almost tonight is, at least on my part it is how the team's going to bounce back from that loss against New England. What are your thoughts?
I think they're coming out pretty confident. I thought they played well against New England. I thought they actually handled the Revolution quite well for a team that's from a higher division. The Rhinos had plenty of chances, as did the Revolution, and Scotty Vallow just stood on his head. You know, we talked about why he's not in the MLS. I don't know why he's not playing in Europe. He has been just incredible. He's been outstanding. I don't know how else to describe it, but the team itself should be confident and excited about playing tonight. They had a good performance on Wednesday.
Well, the other question as far as the Rhinos are concerned right now is getting all kinds, gobs and gobs of scoring opportunities, but not scoring a whole lot of goals. They're getting some here and there, but not nearly the number as you would figure from the number of chances they're getting.
Confidence. Once 1 or 2 start to go in, things change and you get much more confident.
Well, certainly that's something that the Rhinos want to do, is to start building on that goal-scoring prowess, and they're going to need it against teams like Montreal. I mean, when you get an opportunity to score on a team like Montreal, who's the stingiest in the league, you've got to take advantage of it.
Against Montreal, against some other teams, Vancouver at the top of the table, you may get one chance a game. If that good luck doesn't go in, that could be it for you. It could be done.
Difference in these two teams tonight might be the defense, because each team has scored basically the same number of goals. Atlanta 27 and Rochester 26, but the Rhinos have given up far fewer goals than have the Atlanta Silverbacks. So, as I've said over the years, it always seems to come down to defense.
Defense, and you can thank number 24, Scotty Vallow. Again, he's standing on his head. The guys now have to feed off of him. He cannot do it every single game. Scott Vallow needs the help of everyone else on the team.
All right, it is a gorgeous night here at Paytech Park, and we certainly hope that if you're out and about, you'll take advantage of it and come on out and enjoy this one tonight. We'll be getting underway very shortly. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Tonight again at Paytech Park here in Rochester as the Rhinos will get ready to take on the visiting Atlanta Silverbacks. And this is the first of two meetings between the two teams this year. They will be meeting in Atlanta a little later on in that return match in the new stadium. The other team that has a new stadium in the league this year, the Atlanta Silverbacks. As we're getting underway tonight at Paytech Park, glad to have you along. Again, I'm Don Stevens with Joe Giuliano. And the starting lineup is brought to you by Noth Nichols, Rochester's full-service realtor. Starting out for the visiting Silverbacks in goal tonight is Sean Calnasi. And he has seen only one game prior to this as the other goalkeeper, Felipe Quintero, is not getting the nod here tonight. But anyway, Calnasi in goal has one start, has a loss, and has given up 3 goals in that one game. The defensive row will include Joe Aful. It's Matt Bobo, Adelson DeLima, and the former Rhino, David Hayes, who's ordinarily been a midfielder or a forward, but in the last several games at least, he's been playing in the defensive position for the Atlanta Silverbacks. And the midfield would include Josh Smith, Tony McManus, Liam George, and Rodrigo Rios. And then up front, Alex Pinata-Chacon, and the other forward is Jason McLaughlin, who's been tearing it up this year. For the Rhinos, starting out in goal is Scott Ballo. Once again, he's gone the distance, an 8-2-7 record and a 0.82 goals against average. The defenders include Tinwa Bunsu, Kenny Birch, Scott Pelguda, and Josh Bolton gets his first start in USL First Division play. The Rochester product, Josh Bolton. The midfield includes Aaron Lyons, Neil Dombrowski, Mike Embersley, and Matthew John Ball. The forwards will be Matthew Delicott and Connolly Adosian. So there is your starting lineups, brought to you tonight by Noth Nichols.
Good to see Josh Bolton, the local guy from Penfield, get the nod tonight for the Rochester Raging Rhinos. And as we talked about earlier today, a lot of injuries. Menyanger, Howes, even Aaron Lyons is banged up, and Frankie Sanfilippo, the guy will run through the wall for you. He's not in tonight, and it's also maybe a bit of a move to rest some of these guys, give these guys a breather, as Josh Bolton, number 28, gets the start tonight. Good to see him in the central midfield position. I anticipate him to be just a little bit ahead of the defenders as a defensive midfielder this evening.
All right, kickoff as the Rhinos wearing tonight the yellow uniforms with black shorts and socks, and shooting at the net to our right, heading down to the net at our right. This one about to get underway at Paytech Park. The visiting Atlanta Silverbacks wearing the red jersey with white shorts and socks, and again for the Rhinos a new look. Now, we saw it on the road early in the year, but anyway, a yellow jersey with the black shorts and socks. I really like this uniform.
There's superstitions, too. Things could change. It could turn the tide here for the Rhinos.
All right, Bonsu playing it back to his 20, and the Rhinos have the opening kickoff. Palguda feeds it forward to Bolton, touching it right back to Scott Palguda. On the outside, drawing it up the left wing side, rolls it across midfield to Delicott, checking back on the ball, leaves it there. Lines ahead, Bolton gets it back, and now he'll chip it long to the right wing side for John Ball. Up in the air to keep it in, heads it toward the middle, but blocked aside, and carried off by the Silverbacks. In turn, take it away, but as they battle 1v1, Rios can't come away. Dombrowski takes it for the Rhinos, turns it to the outside, and up the right wing is John Ball. Look for the cross, down along the 18, but it's booted away to the end line. That's popped up in the air, comes out the near side, lines in underneath it, nods to the side for Dombrowski. Blocked away off of Chacon, and it's taken control of still by Dombrowski of the Rhinos. Crossing down along the 10, but headed away and out. Blocked again, McManus turning back with the ball, spins it to the outside, right on the foot of Ball. Dombrowski can't reach it, McManus nods it to the end line. In underneath it is Hayes, puts it off the foot of the Rhino player John Ball and out of bounds, so a throw in deep in the corner for the Silverbacks.
Early start, very high pressure from the Rhinos. They're reeling from that New England U.S. Open Cup loss, and immediately they go to John Ball. He's got to get a lot of touches to keep the pressure.
Checking back, Rios helping out as the long delivery downfield, and Palguda will chase it back in his own end. Again, Rhinos defending the net to our left, and of course shooting at the net to our right. It's a pass ahead for Aaron Lyons, turns upfield. Touching it ahead for Dombrowski as he battles McManus. Plays it to the outside again for Ball. That seems to be the game plan right now. Dombrowski pass in the middle, but not too far for Bolton. Couldn't reach it, brought away by Chacon. And the Silverbacks on the attack. Off at the right wing side, Smith feeds it forward to the outside. It's McLaughlin. He's watched there by Birch. McLaughlin looking for the cross. As he's challenged now, turns it along the 20, moving in, has it on the left foot. Can't get a shot away, taken down, foul is called. And a free kick for Atlanta, 20 yards out, a hair to the right of center.
That's a very tough foul to give McLaughlin, the leading scorer for Atlanta. He's kind of dribbling, but he's going away from the goal. He's at the top of the 18. Burtz has got good position to prevent him from turning to take the shot, and Bolton, the rookie, comes in, gets a piece of the player, and now Atlanta. Chacon is a master. Rios can also hit these very well in a very dangerous spot.
Rios moves away, but David Hayes is standing in behind. And Chacon with the right foot, Hayes the left foot. Big wall for the Rhinos at about 15 yards out. Hayes moves forward, takes the strike, blocks it into the wall, knocked away. Chacon can't get a shot away as he was blocked off of it by his own man, Hayes.
I'm surprised Hayes went with a go. I think Chacon's got much more accuracy.
Cleared down to the 18, headed away by Burtz of the Rhinos to the far side. Smith checking back for the ball, drops it off to the outside. Matt Bobo's pass ahead, but off of Ambersley and out, so it'll be a throw-in for Atlanta at the Rochester 45 on the far side. Smith with the throw-in up the right wing. Bolton bumping with Chacon, and the ball is on the touchline, rolled out, throw-in for the Rhinos.
It'll be interesting to see how Matthew Delicott and Connolly Adosian work up top together. They were a little off the mark on Wednesday. Adosian all over the pitch. We'll see if he and Delicott can kind of stay up top to play together at that two-forward setup.
Well, as you alluded to in that night, he was so busy trying to impress perhaps New England that he overdid. We'll see if maybe he's able to relax a little more tonight.
He's a quality player. He's got some great skills. Just going to relax, do his thing, let Delicott do the banging, and Adosian comes in to work off the hard, physical Matthew Delicott.
Dalguna with a left foot delivers downfield. It's nodded ahead for Delicott. Turns it to the outside for Ball. 20 yards out, watched by Hayes. Ball with the left foot, long cross to the back door, and no help there for the Rhinos. That one spinning out to the end line, where it's taken by Smith. He'll push it up the right wing side. Ahead with it. Atlanta sends it downfield, but booted aside by Burtz. Bolton to the outside. Palguda dropping it back. Kenny Burtz has toward the center circle for Dombrowski. Rhinos have control. Bonsu to the outside on the near wing. John Ball on the right side, dropping it back at the midfield line. Bolton touching it to the outside for Bonsu. With the right foot, jams it away downfield. Adosian in underneath it. As it's off of his foot and out. No, off of the Silverbacks and out. So a throw in for the Rhinos on the near side.
Good break there for the Rhinos. Kenny Burtz, I'm surprised he's not coming up. It's early in the game. He shouldn't be fatigued.
Well, he's still 25 yards out on the throw-in, though.
He's got a bomb. That's nothing for him.
Bonsu up to take the throw-in. As he flights it down inside. Ball nods it along the 18. Dombrowski pops it up in the air. Adosian heads it to the outside, but then it's in turn played away by the Silverbacks. Up to the center circle. Palguda, one touch, bangs it ahead. Not over everybody and out of bounds. Deep in the corner. Throw in for Atlanta. Throwing into the field. 5th minute. There's no score here at Paytech.
John Ball definitely part of the game plan early on to attack his former team, the Atlanta Silverbacks.
Back near midfield on the near side. Bonsu passed toward the middle for Lines. Turns it back. Bonsu once again. Goes up the right wing, but that's blasted away on the near wing. Ball after it. It rolls out. Throw in for the Rhinos. Ball quickly down inside the 18. Moving in Delicott to the end line as it's bobbled by the goalkeeper, Galnasi, but finally comes up with it. Is right at the feet of Delicott.
That's a great heads-up play. The quick throw-in from John Ball over the defense. Delicott's got to strike it right there. He just didn't hit it quick enough. It kind of took a weird bounce on him. I thought he waited a little too long to strike it.
Headed in the air by Palguda into the center circle. Lines nods it up in the air. That's in and turn, nodded across midfield by Bobo, but taken right back by the Rhinos. In turn, knocked away by Chacon, but he'll then kick it out of bounds on the far side. Throw in for the Rhinos, their own side of midfield on the far side.
Rhinos playing with a 3-5-2 tonight. Adosian, Delicott up top. Bolton and Lines playing in the central defensive midfield roles.
Lines turns it up the left wing side, being chased by McManus. Stumbles, almost went down. McManus knocks it away, and controlled once again by the Silverbacks. Atlanta has been hot of late. Here's a feed through to McLaughlin. He's one of the reasons they've been hot. Turns it to the outside. Rios moving in, but blocked away by Bonsu. Nice defensive play. One that we're kind of used to with Bonsu.
You know, Bonsu, Sanfilippo's got the book on the slide tackle. Bonsu, as accurate as Sanfilippo on that slide tackle. Good timing, great anticipation.
Off on the left wing side of midfield for Ambersley. Turns it back toward the middle. He'll switch it off on the near side. Moving up to the midfield line is Tenwa Bonsu. Drives it across midfield. Goes to the outside on the near wing for Ball. Hayes chasing him. Ball's pass ahead for Adosian. Bump, trying to gain control, and foul is called. So a quick restart for the Rhinos. Ball touching in the middle for Lines. Drives it along the 30. Ambersley long to the right wing corner. After Ball near the end line. High cross. Flights that went right through the 18 out the far side. I don't know what he was going for. The field goal, maybe.
John Ball, though, his work rate as his former team played for Atlanta in 2004. Good combination there from the Rhinos Lines. Delicott, the long service from John Ball. A little off the mark, but Delicott getting a nice little touch in there to John Ball. He's checking back well. He's winning balls. He's been very physical. He's got 7 goals this year for the Rhinos. Delicat is a great target.
The keeper, Kalnasi, with the kick through midfield. Headed in the air back to Atlanta's side of midfield. That's knotted in the air by Aful, and underneath it is Adosian for the Rhinos. Moving up the left side, runs into Aful, and the ball is knocked away. Bobo will hammer it out to midfield off in the far wing. Alguda nods it forward. Knocked down and brought away by the Silverbacks. Ambersley steps into McManus, sends him flying, and a foul is called.
It's a hard challenge there from the young guy, Mike Ambersley, as he blasts into the Atlanta player. No intent to play the ball, coming in with his right foot there.
Well, he certainly has not been one to shy away.
I tell you, he is Wayne Rooney Jr. You look at him, same similarity, same physical features as Wayne Rooney.
Nodded ahead off on the near side. Hayes after it. We're in the 8th minute at Baytech, and there's no score between the Rhinos and the Atlanta Silverbacks. In the middle, McManus with a pass ahead. Return pass, McManus, but now picked up by McLaughlin and booted off his toe and all the way on the far side. Moving up is Aful on the right wing side. It's carried away by the Silverbacks. Dropped in the middle. McManus to the outside. Aful on the right wing. Spinning around at the midfield line. Drops into his own side of midfield for Matt Bobo. He'll clear it off with the near wing and carried forward by DeLima. Approaching the midfield line. DeLima with the left foot. Sends it downfield. That's headed aside, but behind McLaughlin. Bolton after it. That's knocked loose, but McLaughlin up with it for Atlanta. Pass in the middle for Chacon. Roller ahead. Touch to McLaughlin. Trying to sneak it through and booted away by Palguda out the near side. Hayes up the left wing. Controlled by Rios. To the near end of the 18. Back heel by Hayes. Tips it down to the end line where it's scooped up by Vallow and he holds on. No score in the game. 9th minute here at Paytech Park.
A little more pressure from the Rhinos. Scott Vallow trying to organize the defense, settle things down. There was a good possession from Atlanta. Vallow will slow it down. The Rhinos a little more high pressure, preventing the away team from developing anything.
Headed up in the air by Delicat, coming down to the 35. Delicat nods it through, sliding it behind. As Adosian is bumped, trying to get loose. No foul was called. DeLima sort of closed the door on Adosian's breakaway opportunity.
But that's something that we didn't see against the Revolution with Delicat and Adosian. It's the flick. Let Delicat do all the physical work. Adosian, you run off of him and make it easy for yourself because Delicat's going to bang for you.
On the near side, not out of bounds. That off at the Rhinos. So it'll be a throw in on the near side for Atlanta in the Rochester 30. Off on the near wing, turn back to midfield. DeLima on the left wing side, feeds it through midfield. That's blocked in turn by Ball, then put away off the foot of the Silverbacks player and out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. Ball gains 25 yards on the throw in, and the ref says, no, that's a little bit too much. By the way, center ref, Jorge Gonzalez, the assistants Kevin Barcy and Daniel Rourke, and the 4th official is Steve Montanino.
John Ball, he's fired up. He's ready to go. Rios thought the ball should have been in Atlanta's, and I've seen referees change it, and the ball's gone too far forward on the throw, but Rochester still with possession.
McManus with a pass toward the middle, along his own 35 to Chacon. He'll drop it off on the right wing side, and brought ahead by Aful. Joseph Aful across midfield, off on the near wing, trying to push it back in the middle as the ball is knocked away, and that put away off of Liam George and out, so it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos deep in their own corner of the field. Or no, it'll be a goal kick. Sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include the World Gym, the official strength training facility of the Rochester Sports Group at 1717 East Avenue. By Power Trip, taste the power. By Marina Dodge at 943 Ridge Road in Webster. And the Democratic Chronicle. Catch all of tonight's Rhinos game highlights in tomorrow's DNC.
Bonsu's had a lot of work on the outside back spot. He's in for San Filippo at that right side. He's been quite busy here in the first 10-11 minutes.
Of course, Bonsu ordinarily is assigned the top player from the other team in a 1v1 marking position, but tonight he's getting the starting nod here on the defensive row, and the ball then is hammered up into the stands and out, so a throw-in for Atlanta deep in Rhinos territory along the near wing. Throw-in will be about 5-8 yards out.
Stoppage in play here. I think David Hayes going to the sideline.
I see. You got DeLima all the way back downfield in his own end of the field. Is down on the pitch and hurting, and the goalkeeper, Kalnasi, is out, and he's indicating to the bench that they need to change it up. I was way behind the play somehow.
Adosian went up for the header. He may have bumped into DeLima from behind the referee, signaling for the trainer to come out immediately. And the Atlanta bench, De La Torre up and warming up now for Atlanta. DeLima is down and hurt.
All right, so a stoppage in play here at Paytech Park tonight, and it is scoreless. So far, Atlanta with one shot, and the Rhinos have not had a shot credited to them as of yet. Each team has had 2 fouls. That's the only statistics that we see on the board thus far in the game. And we see the Rochester trainer Dave DePasquale is also out to help the Atlanta trainer, and they're calling for a stretcher.
Looks like it's his right knee or right leg that they're looking at. He's able to move and flex his left leg, but the right leg hasn't moved at all. And when both trainers are out, that's a serious sign.
All right, so the stretcher is brought out. The Rhinos, last game of this current homestand, and they'll be heading off on the road this week. A road trip. Wonder what that's like.
It's been a while for you.
It's been a long while.
It'd be nice to hear you and not sit next to you. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's you know what? That could be said a couple of go both ways. So kind of from this one mic to the other here.
It's going to be a huge game. 6 points, Montreal on the line. That's going to be a wonderful battle here and up at Claude Robillard Stadium, where they're drawing huge crowds in Montreal this season.
Well, not a bad result for the Rhinos last night in the Montreal game.
1-1 Virginia Beach. The Mariners hosting the Montreal Impact. And in that game, Mauro Biello hit the crossbar in stoppage time. Last week against the same Atlanta Silverbacks, Biello scored the winning goal in stoppage time. That would have been 2 games in a row that Biello and Montreal have Lady Luck on their side. But not last night. They got the draw, and Billy Sedgwick, the former Rhino, got his chance to start with Montreal last night.
You know, I was thinking about the way the Rhinos lost in Open Cup play here on Wednesday night to New England. Did you see the way Charleston lost in their game? I mean, it was devastating enough for the Rhinos, but they had it won. They had it won in overtime and gave up a tying goal in the last minute of the second overtime, the 120th minute.
Looking at that last play there from Adosian, I had a chance to see that what happened is DeLima and Adosian had gone up for the header. DeLima just came down awkward on his right leg, and now he's getting stretchered off, and that's unfortunate so early on for the Atlanta Silverbacks.
One other note, by the way, as far as Open Cup play, is it's now all MLS teams. There's no lower division team involved in the tournament again this year.
We talked about is the MLS going to take this thing seriously? I think the Rhinos kind of forced them in 1999 to get a little more serious about this Open Cup as the Rhinos won the Cup against Colorado in 99. So now it's all MLS, and it should be that way. Cups, the lower level teams should go only so far, as it's going to be De La Torre coming on for DeLima. De La Torre, a ton of experience in the Mexican professional ranks.
All right, so we're underway again. Feet down inside the 18, knocked down, and Bunsu able to drive it away now. But Chacon with the stop in with the right foot, cracks it in, but that bends to the outside way wide and rolls out finally over the end line deep in the corner, so it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Now the 15th minute here at Paytech Park, and scoreless.
And De La Torre now, he's playing outside back. Normally I don't see him. He's more of a central player. De La Torre played with the Colorado Rapids in Major League Soccer, wearing 00. He's getting his final assignments now from the central back. So it's not a position he's normally used to. We'll see if the Rhinos can capitalize on it.
Flick forward to Adosian. De La Torre got a tip on it. That's knocked away back to the keeper, and Kalnasi out to, well, actually a foul was called, so it'll be a restart for Atlanta from around their own 30 in the middle of the field.
De La Torre's the kind of player, very technical, very gifted, doesn't have a lot of pace. So if you can get Ambersley with some pace on that flank, he may find things wide open.
When I saw him come out onto the field, I wanted to use the term chunky, but figured maybe I better not.
You're on the mark.
Those 00s are kind of wide on the back of that jersey.
He is not the most fit player on the pitch.
Certainly, I'm not one to talk, but I mean, when looking at soccer players, he looks like a little fairly long from east to west.
You are one to talk because that's how you're making your living.
Well,
He's one playing soccer. He's got to drop a couple, but again, the Rhinos can capitalize on that fatigue or that fitness. It's great.
It's Malguda with the left foot, drives it away downfield. Hayes in underneath it, pops it in the air out on the near side, and Rios, as he's run into by Liam, Lyons of the Rhinos. Bolton takes it away, pass up the wing, headed aside by Hayes. Chacon for the Silverbacks along his 25 toward the middle, spinning around, looking to get away, and played back to Hayes, who tips it high in the air out to midfield. Kind of pushing and shoving off of McLaughlin. Dombrowski knocks it down for Bolton. Rhinos bring it ahead. Pass intercepted, taken right back by McManus of the Silverbacks. In the middle for Chacon along his 35. Switching to the outside, and De La Torre out to the midfield line on the right wing. To the outside. Trying to tip it ahead as he feeds it to Smith, but Palguda takes it away, carrying it back, drops it inside, far into the 18th, and Battle with the left foot first times it in the air on the far side. Ambersley heads it toward midfield, blocked aside again. Moving up, however, the whistle to stop play. As getting spun around is Liam George, hobbling, and a foul was called on the Rhinos.
John Ball has definitely been the key player for the Rhinos to go to early on, but if they want to switch the side, maybe switch Ambersley and Ball, put Johnny Ball against De La Torre, see what happens.
Rod Ford, Hayes up the left side, turns it to the outside for Rios. At the near end of the 18, slides it along in front, but Bolton gets a foot on it. Up top again, a crack of the ball by McManus, and it's grabbed in the midsection by Vallow. Had to move a couple of steps to his left and made nice work of that one.
From that distance, Scotty Vallow's going to read the play well. The defense was in front of him. Routine save for Scott Vallow.
Rod Ford by the Rhinos. Zadosian spun around, but it's picked up by Bolton. Drops it out of the midfield line on the near side. On the right wing, the ball blocked away and out of bounds. Blocked out of bounds off of Rios, who says no, it went off a ball, but he's not going to win the argument.
Rios, the captain for Atlanta, a couple times now has lost the argument throwing. He'll go for anything he can get.
Bonsu at midfield. Being chased back by Chacon. To his own side of midfield. Drops it even deeper to Birds. From his own 30 now, tips it back across midfield into Atlanta territory. Ball and Hayes collide, and the ball skips out of bounds and would flight it over everybody. Throw in for Atlanta from their own 35. Locked aside. Ball tips it toward the middle. Bolton moving in. Carries it to the center circle, giving it off to his left for Ambersley. Drawing it forward to the 35. Tip loose, but picks it up again. Ambersley works his way across field on the near side, and a pass on the right side to Lines. Dummied it through, tried to sneak it away, but that's turned aside. McManus for the Silverbacks. Long as 35. Chacon long to the right wing side for De La Torre. Underneath it, chasing from behind is Adosian. He'll drop it off for Smith at midfield on the far side. With the left foot, jams it downfield about a mile and a half. In behind is George. Offside flag against Atlanta.
Good communication there from the Rhinos defense. Seeing that George doesn't have his head looking at the ball and the defense, they just take 2 steps up, and George is way offsides.
Back across midfield into Atlanta territory. That's to our right here in the first half. No score in the game, 19th minute. Carried into Rhino territory. McLaughlin working toward the middle. Rolls it through in front, but all the way down inside the 18 where the easy roller is picked up by Vallow. Throws it off on the near side. Aaron Lines up the right wing. Approaching midfield. Watched by Hayes, 1v1. Lines sneaks it off back to the center circle for Bolton. His first start in USL First Division play. That's off on the left side. Ambersley leaps in the air to knock it down, keep it in. Got stumbled, tied up, and gets away. High cross to the back post, and that's threw everybody out over the end line. Nice play by Ambersley, but a little bit too much oomph on the cross.
A couple times now where the setup has been beautiful, whether it's John Ball on the right side or Ambersley on the left, and he makes De La Torre look a little silly there. But the quality of the service, something Coach Callaway talked about after the New England game, a bit to be desired.
Long service downfield. Bonsu after it. On him is George. Bonsu plays it back to the keeper, and Vallow stops it at the end line. Has to boot it away. And flick back at midfield. Knocked down and carried aside. McManus with the left foot jams it high in the air, floater down inside after McLaughlin won't reach it. That one sneaking by Vallow, rolls out over the end line. And the players on the Atlanta bench are up and jumping that Vallow wiped out McLaughlin, and they wanted a PK, but don't get it.
That was close. Vallow didn't even play the ball. He played the head of McLaughlin.
Right upfield by Lines. Goes long to the right wing side for Ball. In underneath it, able to touch it to keep it in. Watched by Hayes, turns toward the middle, 5 yards out. Trying to sneak it through, bumps, but gets away with the ball. Taken down. He's taken down at the corner of the box. And the ref coming over saying it's a foot outside the box. Hayes has something to say about it, and he gets the yellow card.
Well, not surprised. David Hayes with the language. The official having nothing there, and that could have been in the box. Johnny Ball did a great job against Avery John from New England, who's played in the World Cup for Trinidad. John Ball now going to school here on former Rhino David Hayes. Ball just a quick little move inside, fakes it out, comes back in. Hayes bites it. They're tugging jerseys, and then there's a little tug just outside the box as Johnny Ball down that right flank. He does create havoc.
Rios, the captain of Atlanta, with a few words for the referee. But it's a free kick for the Rhinos. The ball laying on the end of the 18-yard box, about 16 yards out. The long service for the back post, but, oh, man, way too much on that ball. Too much pace. It bent out over the end line about 10 feet wide of the net.
Again, it's quality of services. The Rhinos have had chances. You lose confidence when you're standing there as a forward. You're waiting for something to pounce on, and it goes over the bar, goes behind the goal. That has been a sore spot for the Rhinos, serving balls into the box.
And yet, surprisingly, for Lines, because he seems like he's been so accurate of late.
It's a tough one for him. Normally he's on the mark. That time, way off the mark.
Up in the air, headed back across midfield by Dombrowski. Flicked forward by Delicott, but to the wrong side. Adosian not there. Cleared away downfield. Bonsu underneath it. Heads it back into the center circle. Nodded forward, but then pushed the other way by McManus. Bolton knocks it up in the air. And a foul is called as he's bumped from behind by McLaughlin. So it'll be a restart for the Rhinos. Their own side of the midfield line.
Good battle there with the rookies, Kenny Burtz and McLaughlin. Both players, good stature, and it's going to be a physical battle. One mistake, McLaughlin will be on that. He's been a quality acquisition here for Atlanta this year.
Steve DeLima is up and on the player's bench now, but has a big ice bag on his right ankle. Of course, he was substituted for, so it doesn't matter. He's out. Pass ahead. Moving in down to the 35. Dombrowski turns it to the outside on the left wing. There's a cross by line. Sending it down along the 6. Moving in. Delicate. Hit bottom in the air. Headed off the line and out over the end line by Bobo. Or was it off of the Rhinos?
Actually, a little contact.
Oh,
maybe
offside.
Offside.
Was it offside over here?
Not sure if it was offside or if there was a Delicate with a bit of a push there. Finally, though, a good ball from Lyons inside the 6. Delicate coming in from behind on David Hayes, and the referee's assistant.
Must have been a foul, right?
Yeah, Kevin Barcia making the call. Yeah, definitely coming in from behind there.
All right, brought up the near wing by Hayes with the left foot, drives it downfield. It's headed away by Burtz back inside of his 18, picked up on the second out by Vallow. Rhino keeper has the ball. We're in the 23rd minute of Paycheck. Had no score tonight. Pass ahead, Bolton, off the left wing side, turns it to the outside of the left wing for Embersley. Pass ahead in the middle for Dombrowski, has it 40 yards out, moving forward, down to the 30, tips it to the outside, and up the left wing is Delicate. On the 20 of the far side, drives it along the 18 in front, but knocked away now by Bobo. Underneath, Bolton, roller ahead, tried to slot it through, but picked off by Afoul, and then he'll clear it away and downfield. In behind, McLaughlin has 2 Rhinos on him, Burtz and Bonsu, and Burtz comes away with the ball. Pass at the right side across midfield, 2 ball. Rolls it to the middle, and lines back to the outside for Ball. Pass in the middle. Adosian has it off the right foot, but gets tangled up, and it's booted away by McManus. Out over the end line, a corner kick for the Rhinos. First corner of the night for Rochester.
Another opportunity for Lyons to kind of clean up the quality of the service for the Rhinos. In the back, it's the Rhinos playing 3 in the back. Chacon's a little withdrawn behind McLaughlin, and they don't let those balls bounce. McLaughlin's trying to anticipate the ball bouncing and then getting in behind the Rhinos' defense.
Corner kick off the right wing side. Lines, left-footed kicker, an in-swinging kick. Here comes the service. Through the middle of the box, backdoor side, punched in the air by Kalnasi, and up in the air he comes down with it again.
Good save by Kalnasi, who's playing tonight for Felipe Quintero. He gave up 4 goals at home to the bottom of the barrel Toronto Lynx, so we'll see Kalnasi in the nets tonight for Atlanta.
That was last night in Atlanta after they had a 1-0 halftime lead.
Unbelievable. Shocking score.
Afu heads it back inside of his 18 to the keeper. Kalnasi has it there. He is 6'2", 190, a 24-year-old from Mercer Island, Washington. The home of...
Don Stevens.
No.
No, Seattle Sounders.
The other guy, the other rich guy.
Bill Gates.
Yes.
Oh, well said. The other rich guy. Oh, I get it. You're one of the rich guys, too.
Yeah, right.
Must be nice.
Cleared downfield off the toe of Bonsu, rolling off on the near side. On the left wing. Has it 10 yards out, turning back toward the middle. Drops it on the near side, then he's dumped, and the ball rolling all the way out to around the 45. Hayes stepping up on the left wing for the Silverbacks. Delivers down along the 20. Flick to the outside, but Ambersley's there to pick it up, and the Rhinos bring it away. Bolton lost control. McManus jams it off on the far side, but Ambersley, he'll block McManus. Ball rolls out, throw in for the Rhinos from their own 35.
I would still love to see John Ball taking on De La Torre. He and David Hayes have gotten into a little battle here, and Ball happy with that, but I think with his speed, he'll do a number on De La Torre, who's really kind of sitting home, not pushing too far to expend any energy.
Pass to the center circle. Bolton drops it back his own side of midfield. Bonsu with the right foot drives it ahead downfield. Delicate in behind as he's bumped. Nods it toward the middle. Blocked by Adosian off the chest. Settles it to his feet. Turns it off 25 yards out. Now a long pass out the far end of the 18 to Ambersley. Has it about the 10. Turns right foot cross down in front. Adosian. Where'd he go with the header? He went away from the net. Thought he was going to flick it in, but he must have thought there was somebody there on the left wing side. Hit it away down. Off on the far wing, McManus bowled over from behind, and the foul is called. So restart at midfield for Atlanta.
You know, the complaint was the quality of the crosses. Not there, not there. That time, Ambersley with the right foot swerves it in. And Adosian's wide open. There's 2 players that don't even challenge him there. And he just doesn't connect on the frame. That's got to be at least on the goal to give the goalkeeper a challenge.
Cleared downfield, offside against the Silverbacks. Restart for the Rhinos. Vallow will take the kick from his own 25.
Adosian's going to say, you know what? It's been so long since a good service came in. Didn't know what to do.
Flicked ahead by Delicate. Slotted through, trying to move in, but Hayes able to hit it back to Kalnasi, the keeper, as Adosian was on the doorstep.
I tell you, that combination's going to work tonight. Delicate just kind of banging in there. Adosian running off of that. You get the feeling something's going to happen there.
27th minute, no score here at Paytech. Played back inside the Rhino 18, picked up on the second out by Vallow. Rhino keeper has the ball. This for the Rhinos again, the 18th match of the season. 2 games in hand on Atlanta. As for the Silverbacks, number 20. 28-game seasons in this league. Afool heads it up in the air, center circle, lines up, nods to the side, but that right back to Afool, who will volley it across midfield. Burt's turning back, McLaughlin on him. They battle 1v1. And the whistle blows. Foul is called to McManus and a free kick for the Rhinos. Burt's from the left wing side, long to Embersley. That's blocked away and out of bounds. And off of Embersley and out. So it'll be a throw-in for the Silverbacks from their own side of midfield.
Atlanta, they're a tired team. They played last night. They fly into Rochester today. Their game plan right now, a couple short passes, then long to McLaughlin up top.
Right away by Dombrowski. Pass to the center circle, and Lyons continues on, gives it to Adosian. Turns back with the ball, blocked away, but is able to chip it forward. And underneath it. That's cleared by Bobo up to the center circle. Burt's pass picked off and brought away. George up the right side. 2 players in behind. A breakaway. McLaughlin inside the 18, moving in. Blocked. Bonsu gets back to blocking, and the ball brought away. Great defensive recovery by Tenwa Bonsu. Wow.
We talked about Bonsu's ability on the slide tackle. Times it again. Saves today. Scott Bell now. He's getting the support from his team.
Hammersley in the middle, 20 yards out to Lyons. Turns to his left. Dropped it, but Hammersley had moved the other way. And the ball brought away by the Silverbacks. Wow, do the Rhinos dodge a bullet there? 29th minute now and still scoreless at Paytech. Thanks to Tenwa Bonsu. Right away and upfield by Smith on the right wing, chased by Pelguda. Down to the 15. As he looks back, drops it to the back on top for Rios with the left foot. Will then feed it through midfield and off on the near side. Underneath it, Hayes, near into the 18. Across, down along the 6. Nodded away and out by Bonsu on the near side. Off the foot of ball, but up into the stands. Throw in for the Silverbacks, 18 yards out on the near side. Throw into George, near into the 18, turns, faces net now, moves back to the right foot, up with the ball, takes a shot, he missed the short side, out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Rhinos.
Good effort there from George, fighting in the box.
Sponsors of these broadcasts include Nextel, helping groups get things done. Call 800 Nextel 9. Best Volvo, Rochester's exclusive Volvo dealer at 1500 University Avenue. Buy the Messenger Post, stay posted. Call 442-POST for subscription information.
That last slide tackle there by Bonsu, fantastic timing. The Rhinos tried to play the offsides trap. They got burned. Bonsu had to use his speed to recover. McLaughlin looking at his team-leading 6th goal right there.
Down across midfield, Rios able to play it ahead for George. Off the left wing side, Burt's. And McLaughlin in a foot race for the ball. The ball is out. Burt's blocked McLaughlin into the field signs. And McLaughlin turning back, he figures the ball should go the other way.
That's got to be a push. Burt's coming in, shoving McLaughlin, and he gets away and wins the throw.
It was just a little push, all right?
Shoulder to shoulder is good. The arm kind of came out a bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. I'll agree with you, a little bit.
Cross midfield. On the midfield line, Adosian able to knock it loose for Dombrowski. Then he'll feed to the left wing side and underneath an Embersley. 31st minute of Paytech and no score. Embersley on the attack, down to the 18, the far corner of the 18, with the right foot, chips it down inside, head to the back post, ball after it, end line, no, it didn't get to it in time, it's out over the end line. Cleared away off on the near side, and into the stands. So we'll have, well, actually, it's a corner kick for the Rhinos. Lyons coming over for the corner.
Good pressure by the Rhinos. Really, the only chances Atlanta have had are the ones that their quick counterattack, long ball looking for McLaughlin. That last chance there, ball tried to keep it in. Good hustle.
Here's Lyons, serves it up with the left foot. Nice in the middle of the box. Headed up or punched in the air by Kalnasi. Knocked down, comes outside the 18 and driven aside. Rhinos have still not been credited with a shot of any kind, on goal or otherwise, so far tonight. At midfield, knotted forward. Handed away by Adosian, who's back. Gets to it again. Heads it up the left wing side for Embersley. Coming back, and then he turns and plays it all the way back down inside of his 18 to the keeper.
And you can see Coach Callaway in training has worked with Adosian and said, look, you stay up top. Don't get that roaming and roving around. Work with Deli up top. See how this thing goes.
Bonsu on the right side. Delicott off the chest, able to draw it forward. Turns it to the outside along the near wing for Ball. Rolls the ball forward with the right foot. Bends it down in. He almost caught the keeper, Kalnasi, moving the other way. Nice. It looked like a bending to the left pass across the 18, but he hit it with the outside of his foot and bent it the other way.
He's one of those sneaky players. He kind of bananaed it, and Kalnasi anticipating the cross with the right foot swerving away from the goal. He was going to bite. And luckily for him, he had a couple steps back.
Dombrowski chips it up the right side, trying to get it behind Delicott, but Afool gets a foot on it and pulls it aside. Rolls it into the middle. McManus a hit for Rios. Drops it back through the center circle to Chacon, and he'll switch to the outside on the right wing for Della Torre. Pass to the outside. Smith dropping it back. Midfield for Della Torre. Rolls it toward the center circle for McManus. Chased from behind by Adosian. Pass through the circle to Rios and goes long to the left wing side for Hayes. Moving up the left wing down to the Rochester 25. High cross. Down inside. Bouncing through. Far into the 18. Knotted away and out by Embersley. It'll be a throw in on the far side of the field for Atlanta from around the Rochester 10.
A lot of high balls. A lot of balls bouncing in the box for the Rhinos. And in their own third. They don't want to let that ball bounce. That's when you get in trouble. Defenders get caught flat-footed. You got to win it in the air one time.
There's a short throw into Chacon, right back to the outside in the far corner. Ambersley watching 1v1, and the ball knocked out over the end line off of Ambersley, so it'll be a corner kick for the Silverbacks, their first corner of the match. 33rd minute here at Paytech and no score.
Chacon very crafty with the ball at his feet. He's in his upper 30s now, but I tell you, when he came to the MLS, Ray Hudson was coaching Miami, said, is this guy a piano player? But he created music with the ball at his feet. Chacon, quality player.
Corner kick. Left-footed kick in swinging inside, headed away and out by Lines on the far side and chased down out around the 35 by Smith. On the right side, long chip down inside. Pelguda there to head it away and out again. Bouncing out, one hop to Della Torre. Was long chip forward down to the Rochester 18, where it's played aside and brought upfield by Dombrowski. His pass blocked away. Dombrowski, now Bolton now gets it back and rolls it to the outside for Ambersley. Off the left wing on the approach to midfield. Here come the Rhinos. Ambersley. Lead pass on the outside, overlapping is Pelguda. Drawing it down to the 35, looks toward the middle. He'll feed it off, back around the 35 in the middle, pulled forward by Dombrowski. Looks to the outside on the right wing. Long chip up the near wing for Ball. John Ball taking it there, drops it back once again for Dombrowski. Rolls it back near midfield for Bonsu. He'll feed it off into the middle. One touch back by Bolton to the center circle for Burtz. Rhinos playing deliberate now at the moment. Bolton back to the midfield line for Pelguda. Stepping up on the left wing, spots it through, but right to Bobo of Atlanta, who chips it off on the far side for Rios. Atlanta with the ball. Drop back for Della Torre. Cross midfield. That one flighted over everybody, getting to it. Burtz with the left foot, bangs it through midfield again. Ambersley nods it forward to Adosian. Tipping it back, return pass. Ambersley tips it up the left side. Delicott after it. A fool knocks it aside at the last moment and controls, rolls it outside for Della Torre, who will play it off in the far wing. Rios after it, but couldn't get there in time, out of bounds. Throwing for the Rhinos, far side of the field from around the Atlanta 30.
Johnny Ball was making a great run. Ambersley decided to go back to the way the ball came from. John Ball was wide open in the near flank.
Right away on the far wing line, stepping up. Tackled away and out of bounds. So another throw in for the Rhinos, about the same spot. Lines with the throw in. Bolton right back to the outside for Lines. Pass ahead, tip toward the middle for Bolton. His feet forward, able to push it off the left wing side for Ambersley. Gets tangled up and still has the ball. Off in the corner, then booted up into the stands by Della Torre. So a throw in for the Rhinos now about 16 yards out on the far side. Throw in short. Return pass, Ambersley along the left wing, looking for the cross, down inside. Headed away and out by Bobo. Big bounce of midfield, headed aside by Bonsu, checking back. His Lines comes away with the ball. Lines up the right side, being chased by McLaughlin. Able to sneak it ahead for Adosian, but he's bumped from behind. The ball gets away and then deflected aside. Comes off of the near wing. McLaughlin approaching midfield, slows it up. Drops it off in the center circle for Rios. Locking it away, Dombrowski for Pelguda. The Rhinos take it back. Burtz to Dombrowski. Chased by McManus. Pass across midfield. Ambersley in the center circle. Bolton on the attack. Turns it to the outside. Up the right wing is Ball. Down along the near touchline. Looking back. Crossing along the 20. In the middle. Goes for the back post. And Delicott has to turn in behind. Trying to get to the ball at the end line. And does. Off in the far corner once again. Rolls it out top for Ambersley. On the left wing side. His cross off the foot of Smith out over the end line. Corner kick for the Rhinos. 36th minute. No score.
Good work by John Ball there. But the ball, if it's served deep into the box, that's where the outside midfielder, even an outside fullback's got to be deep to win those. Your striker shouldn't be chasing those deep on the opposite side of the pitch. Delicott's going to be the target man in the middle with more support players pushing up into those flank spots. Not your striker out there.
Corner kick, left wing side, left-footed kick or outswinger from Lines. Lights it down, middle of the box. Delicott heads it in the air. Back post off the end line and out. And is off of the Silverbacks. Another corner for the Rhinos.
Delicott did a good job there. Ball's high into the box. He just gets up, gets the back of his head on it. It does go off Della Torre as Dombrowski went up clean with the Atlanta defender.
All right, Line serves it up again. Another high floater coming down, middle of the box. Up goes Delicott. Hits it toward the far post, but then it's nodded away and out. Ball turning back for it. Drops it off, but didn't get enough on it. Blocked away. Bolton barely tipped it to save the day as Chacon might have been gone. Back his ball with the right foot. Chips it long up the right side. Hayes back for the Silverbacks from his own 30. With the left foot, blasts it away downfield. McLaughlin is in. And Nello wins the race to the bottom about 25 yards out on the half volley downfield. Dombrowski heads it aside for Lyons. Center circle. Chased by McManus. Slots it through to Ambersley. Spins it off Dombrowski. 35 yards out. Cross to the near side for Nadosian. Ball's in behind. Here's Nadosian. Back post. Delicott hits it in the air. That's flicked up in the air. Delicott back again with McManus. Comes down to the 18. Booted away and out top. Comes down around the 40. Bolton able to play it aside for Bonsu. Back near the midfield line. Up the right wing, ahead for Ball. Near corner of the 18, chased by Bobo to the end line. Sneaks it through, Ball gets away. Inside, tried to cross along the 6 foot, blocked away off in the near corner again. After Nadosian, pass in the middle, Ball tips it end line. Along the end line is Nadosian, but flag is in the air offside against the Rhinos.
What a classy goal that would have been. The little back heel flick from John Ball to Conley Nadosian. He's offsides. But John Ball, again, on that flank, does a good job, gets around the defender. And the service into the box knocked away by the Atlanta defender. But Delicott really up top, I'm impressed with his work rate. He has not stopped moving, trying to make something happen. Very respectable performance from the big guy.
Kick from the keeper, Kalnasi. Turn to the outside of the near wing. Hayes after it. Off the left wing, draws it out toward midfield. David Hayes chips it back through midfield and off on the right side. Delatorre in underneath it. Brings it away to midfield and a pass on the far wing. Chacon continues on into Rhino territory. Long chip down to the Rochester 20. Liam George heads it aside, but that right into the feet of Ball, and the Rhinos have it back. The midfield, Hayes heads it aside. In underneath it, George on the near wing. Draws it along to the Rochester 20. Goes to the end line for Hayes, who overlaps. Cross in front, but headed away by Bonsu. Up in the air, comes down on the near wing again. 15 yards out to George. Now attacking the end line again as he's watched by Ball and Bonsu. Able to hammer the ball out over the touchline deep in the corner. Throw in once again for Atlanta. Short to George. Knocked away by Ball in the corner and out. Another throw in about 5 yards out for David Hayes in the left wing corner. Hayes looks toward the net. Again with it now goes to the end line for George. Tried to return the pass to the outside. Rios blocking him behind. Bolton will steal it away. The Rhinos have it. Bolton brings it upfield. 40th minute. No score at Paytech. Lines to the outside for Adosian to the midfield line. Turns it along midfield. He'll switch it off on the left wing side. Getting back to get a boot on it is Smith. Comes to the center circle and Dombrowski jams it aside. Off at the far wing goes Palguda. Hits to it at the far touchline. Just barely able to keep it in. Rod Ford at midfield by Palguda. Off the left wing side to Ambersley. As he spins around, drops it back into the midfield circle for Bolton. Josh Bolton ahead in the circle. Again goes to the outside, overlapping deep in the far corner is Palguda. Has it 18 yards out. Watched there by Delatorre. Turns with the right foot, cross down in front, headed off the near end of the 18. Ball with it, roller back out top. Moving in lines, can't get a shot away as he gets jammed up. Spinning around, has it 8 yards out. Now he gets tied up and the ball is booted away and out. Comes out the near side, getting to it. Bonsu up the right wing for Ball at the touchline, keeps it in. 41st minute now. Pulls it to the end line. Looking for the cross. Sends it down. Back post. And that's flicked away by Smith. Out over the end line. And a corner kick once again for the Rhinos. Another corner coming up for Rochester. This will be their 5th of the half. Rhinos again have been credited with only one shot so far in this half. So not getting much on the frame. Still scoreless at Paytech. Lines left-footed kicker. He'll serve it up. Floater coming down to the middle of the box. Headed in and out the near end of the 6. As I believe that was Bonsu. He's still down on the pitch. Got knocked to the noggin. And is slow getting up. Ball brought upfield. And kicked out of bounds by Chacon. So we have the player Tenwa Bonsu down on the field as he got tangled up on going for that header off the corner kick. No score. 42nd minute of Paytech. Sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include Connolly Printing, the official printer for the Rhinos. Call 426-4150. By Time Warner. Get all-in-one digital cable, digital phone, and Roadrunner. One package. Save hundreds. By Health Source Chiropractic. Dr. Donald Dudley, the official chiropractor for the Rochester Sports Group. Call 225-6430. One of those sponsoring these broadcasts all season long, and Bonsu is up and moves away under his own power. Rhinos traveling to Montreal on Wednesday night. That's the next action. Wednesday night from Claude Robillard Stadium on Wednesday night in Montreal. Throw in. Rhinos will throw it in back to Atlanta. On the near side, 42nd minute. And scoreless. Ball will throw it back to the defender. Hayes will turn back for the ball. And we'll have the race start. So Bonsu is up and he's okay.
New York State West Youth Soccer Association.
Al-Nasi, the keeper. Dribbles it along his 18, pulls it outside the 18, pushing forward. With the right foot, boots it away downfield. Burt's up, heads it away for Bolton. A Rhino rookie getting his first division start here tonight. First division action, actually. The only action previous that he had seen was 45 minutes against Sheffield Wednesday in the friendly against the English Premiership team. Or a Championship League team, I should say. Dombrowski long downfield, but into the chest of Hayes, who nods it aside, then in turn, moving in, unable to come away with it. Lines, the ball still controlled by Atlanta. Hayes with the left foot drives it downfield. That flighted over top of Birch. And the Rhinos turning back for the ball as it rolls all the way down to their own 18. Battle tips it ahead on the left wing side. Palguda pass out near midfield. Bolton draws it to the outside again. Palguda across midfield for Lines, or make that rather Adosian. In the center circle, pass picked off, and George ships it ahead and downfield. After the left wing side goes McLaughlin. 1v1 with Birch. McLaughlin turning, gets it to the right foot, takes a shot, rolls to the end line. Battle diving on it. The ball was wide of the net, but he dove on it to save it from going over the end line and save the corner kick. So Battle with the ball, plays it out on the far wing. Left wing side, Palguda then drives it through midfield. Blocked aside in the middle for Adosian. Delicott making a run. Here's Adosian with the right foot, takes a crack at it, and misses the upper right corner by about 5 feet. So puts it high and wide, but certainly the Rhinos, who have been lacking in shot opportunities here, trying to get a shot away, even though it was not on the frame. Still scoreless at Paytech. 44th minute. Ball placed, goal kick. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Zweigels, the official hot dog here at Paytech Park. Cintas, the service professionals. Discover what Cintas can do for your organization. And by Harrow East Athletic Club on the web at harroweast.com. Out to midfield. Smith pushing it aside. De La Torre back with the right foot, sends it through midfield. Turning back. McLaughlin, Birch challenging him. McLaughlin up with the ball, with a shot in, off the post. He hit the back post, comes out the near side, blocked away out over the end line by Ball. A corner kick for Atlanta. Wow, what a shot by McLaughlin for the left post. He puts it off the post and wide. Rhinos dodge a bullet right there. Another corner for Atlanta. This off the right-footed kicker, an in-swinging kick. 45th minute. With the right foot, long chip down inside, headed away and outside the near corner of the 18. De La Torre in underneath it. He'll send it down in front, flick to the net, but into the chest. Alvaro comes up with the ball and holds on again.
Fans, that was tonight's Save the Game, brought to you by Tom Antonora Insurance.
So Vallo, the keeper, out, throws it off in the far wing. 3 minutes of additional time here, 3 minutes of stoppage time in the first half of play. On forward by Bolton. Brings it upfield, turns it to the outside of the left wing for Adosian. As he has it around the 30, now with the right foot, sends it down inside, blocked away, rolling out over the end line, and once again a corner kick for the Rhinos. Gives them 6.5. Right now, the Silverbacks leading in shots here in the first half, 6-2. Greg Hammersley looks like he's going to take the corner kick instead of Lines for a change. Change it up, see what can happen here. All right, so Hammersley, right-footed kicker, being in-swinging kick, serves it up in the box, coming down nicely in front, but punched away by Kanasi. He lost control of it, however, then booted away into the stands by Bobo on the near side. Rhinos will take the throw-in from about 30 yards out on the near side of the field. Birds up for the throw-in, goes for the long high bomb down inside the 18, flicked along the 18 by Adosian. Delicott taken down, and the foul is called on Delicott. Wow, taken down from behind, or make that Embersley, but he's caught on the foul.
To the video board for tonight's groups here with the Rhinos.
All right.
When you see your group's name go up.
Free kick for the Silverbacks. As we're approaching halftime, Kalnasi to the outside of the near wing. We're in stoppage time in the first half and no score. Hayes up the left side, long service downfield, but that's not into the air, back to near midfield. Play to the outside along the near wing, ball drops it off for Bonsu. Right foots it ahead, Dombrowski. One touch to the outside for Ball. Has to stop to take the ball and drops it back for Dombrowski again. Approaching midfield up the right side. Sneaks it through the ball. Turns it down to the 35 in the middle of Dosian. Spins it along the 25. He'll cross through to the left side for Lyons. Moving in with the left foot. Cracks it in. Puts it 5 feet over top of the crossbar. So the Rhinos trying to get a few shots away at least. Another goal kick for the Silverbacks. Got 2 balls in the field right now, so I'll now see the keeper will have to dispose of at least one of them. Waiting for the goal kick. We're in stoppage time here in the first half. Rhinos off to Montreal on Friday. In Montreal, this coming, not Friday, Wednesday in Montreal. Wednesday in Montreal. Don't want to confuse the issue. So again, Wednesday in Montreal. And then returning home on the 11th, next Friday, against Montreal. So back-to-back games coming up against the top team in the league. After this one tonight, very important couple of games. Long chip down inside the 18 to the end line. Afoul, as he gets spun around, able to tip it off for Hayes. Turning back in the corner with the left foot. They'll hammer it out near midfield. Headed forward by Bunch, so across midfield. Dombrowski off the chest. Volleys it forward to Delicott. Flicks it to the outside for Ball. In underneath it. Ball drawing it up the right wing, 20 yards out. Watched by Hayes. Roller to the middle, and the whistle blows. That's going to be it for the half. So we've completed a half now. Here at Paytech Park, nothing's been decided.
Post-game show. I'm Joe Giuliano. Just tuning in now, or you weren't in attendance tonight. The Rhinos 1-0 victors over the Atlanta Silverbacks. Greg Howe
are you looking for help?
Rochester Rhinos in stoppage time with the assist going to John Ball. The final score again: Rochester 1, Atlanta 0. We're checking on an update right now for Charleston hosting Toronto this evening at Blackbaud Stadium. Another update: the MLS All-Stars. Whether it's an exhibition or not, I think this is a shocking score. MLS All-Stars 1, Chelsea 0. Dwayne Di Rosario scoring in the second half. Di Rosario playing for the Houston Dynamo, and Chelsea not off to a great start, as they're known as the modern-day New York Cosmos, falling 1-0 to the Major League All-Stars. With the win tonight, the Rhinos now have 34 points. They've played 18 games. They've got a record of 9 wins, 2 losses, and 7 ties. They've scored 25 goals and given up 14 this year. They are now in sole possession of second place, depending upon what happens with Charleston and Toronto. Again, working on that score for you. When we come back, we'll take your phone calls at 222-9393 on the Nextel Direct call-in show, driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Rochester Raging Rhinos and Nextel Direct call-in show, driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. Joe Giuliano here at Paytech Park, wrapping up the Rhinos' 1-0 victory over the Atlanta Silverbacks. Greg Howes with a blast off a free kick in stoppage time, giving the Rhinos the 1-0 win. The assist going to John Ball. The number here again is 222-9393. Let's go right to the phones. Mark, you're the first caller on the postgame show.
Oh, hey, Sammy, it's Marky Mark. What's going on,
Mark,
guys?
how are you tonight? Can you hear me?
Well, after that goal, a win's a win. I guess I could do,
Mark, you
a
there?
little better than usual, but I'll take it.
Mark, hold on a second. We didn't get the first piece of your comment. Would you mind going back to that, please?
A goal's a goal, and we won. It was a great goal. I'll take the win. But as a team, we don't have it.
Are you talking about a certain area on the field, on the team, and we don't have it that you're looking at?
I didn't see nothing tonight. The goalie played great. The fellow was outstanding. But as a team, I'm not seeing it. And if I'm not too certain, I remember you talking to the coach about up top, Delicott and Dozier. They can't get it together. They were back at it doing nothing tonight.
I agree. Delicott and Dozier, I thought tonight were, again, not on the same page. I like the move, though, taking out of Dozier, bringing in Howes. I think that worked a little better, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. He was fresh. He's a bull up there. He's got a shot. We needed somebody fresh. Nothing was happening. It was a great move, finally.
Anything else tonight, Mark? You're not too thrilled with the win, but the bottom line is the Rhinos got the 3 points.
Well, I don't think they're ready for Montreal. Hopefully they'll win, but we'll find out. Guys, have a good night.
Hi, Mark. Thanks for the call. Soccer Sam wandering around somewhere with his camera and his sunglasses on at night. So just take what you will with that. A grown man with sunglasses on at night in the city. So that's Soccer Sam for you. But the number here again, 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones and let's speak with John. John, you're on the call-in show. How are you tonight?
Hello, are you there?
Yes, I am, John. How are you?
I thought it was a terrific game tonight. The young players really played well. I thought Bolton and Dombrowski did a fantastic job. Bolton really controlled, I thought, the defensive midfield position. And he was, to me, him and Lyons were just wonderful. They just kept running the whole game. And, bringing in House, I thought was a terrific play, putting him up front. I think they're putting Martinez out there, gave some of those young kids really a chance to play. And I thought they did an excellent job tonight. I think, some of the young kids are really coming around. I saw some really excellent passing, some really good ball control. I think people have to be patient with this group. They're going to come around. I just have some really good feelings about these guys.
Well, John, it was a decent performance. It wasn't the prettiest of games, but the bottom line is the Rhinos got the 3 points, and I like the move, too. I was saying to Mark, who had called earlier, that I think Howes coming on for Adosian was a smart, good substitution by Coach Callaway. We're now joined by Soccer Sam, and I had to take a dig at you, Sam.
What'd you do, baby?
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
I said there's a grown man walking around with sunglasses on at night. Doesn't know where he is, so he'll get here eventually, but, I love you.
I'll never wear yellow again. All these little kids were trying to board me. They thought I was a school bus. Greg House, amazing.
He
goal, and the celebration, giving the kisses to his mother. That's just beautiful.
John, anything else for Soccer Sam? Oh, John is gone. Number again is 222-9393. The Rhinos 1-0 winners over the Atlanta Silverbacks. Greg House, his mother was in attendance tonight, huh?
In from Seattle, Tacoma, Washington, really, but in to see her son play, and he scores a goal for her. And he did the same thing in Seattle. Family was there, jumped into the suites there where his brother has box seats at the Quest Stadium. Tonight, came over and said, "Mom, I love you," kissing and hugging. I thought it was like a marriage proposal. I don't know. I looked up and it's like he's not talking to Joe Giuliano. What's going on here?
I don't know. But the celebration, he ran from the far end. It was about a 70-yard goal celebration. That was a huge run.
I don't think I've seen House ever run that far.
The number here again is 222-9393. Sam, you're on the post-game show. How are you tonight?
Hello. How
Good. How are you?
Good, Sam. How are you?
Well, we won. That's a great thing. I don't think we deserved the win. I thought we played horrible. I thought the team doesn't talk to each other out on the field. I thought we were sloppy. I think Callaway is a horrible coach. I don't know what he did all week long. It looked like he punished some of the players that were playing in the Open Cup games and brought the young guys out because obviously he didn't think we needed the 3 points. Thank God for overtime. Thank God we won. Thank God for our goalie. Thank God for Greg House. And other than that, I'm just disappointed in this team, just like Mark was earlier.
Well, I got to tell you, Sammy, baby, I went over and talked to Frankie Sanfilippo. I saw him limping out of practice the other day. He is hurt, so that's why Frankie Sanfilippo did not play tonight. It wasn't to punish these guys or anything like that. I mean, I thought tonight's game, you played against a team like Atlanta that played last night. It was tough for our guys to get pumped up after that loss against New England. And I thought overall, hey, we won, and it could have went either way. I had my wife came to her first Rhino game this year, and she thought it was very entertaining despite the score till extra time.
Sam, anything else?
No, I just hope that the coach can get these guys working as a team. If you watch that field, they're not talking to each other. They don't know where they're going. I just hope that we can get together as a unit. We got Montreal 2 times. And unlike you guys, I'm scared.
I'm not scared.
It's going to be great to see Billy Sedgwick come back, though, that's for sure.
That is going to be crazy to see Sedgwick back here in a Montreal uniform in Rochester.
Well, if you hear somebody screaming and cheering for him, it's going to be me.
All right, Sam. Thanks for the call.
Have a great night.
Yeah, Sammy, what a week coming up. Wednesday, Friday, Montreal.
Can't believe it.
This is going to be incredible. 6 points on the line. If the Rhinos take up both games, they'll have 40 points to Montreal's 39. unless Montreal plays tomorrow, so it depends what they do. But good opportunity for the Rhinos to really catch up to first place.
It's going to be great, Joe. We got to beat Montreal both times, but I'm worried, though. Johnny Minyonger hurt his thigh at practice yesterday. They're calling it a thigh contusion. Not sure what that really means.
Bruise.
Bruise, that's what that means? Okay, I got a brain contusion right now.
Yeah, you do.
But he was limping pretty bad. I'm worried about that. But Josh Bolton, man, one of my players of the game. He had the Valderrama look, the hair blowing in the wind. I mean, I love it. And the guy could play some ball. He played good defensive midfield, I thought, and he was getting into the attack a lot.
Is it true that you have 11 players of the game for the Rhinos every game?
Every game I try to at least have 11, but he's one of my top. I mean, I thought John Ball played great despite a couple misses in front of the net. I love John Ball. He hits it high, and then he looks at the referee like it deflected someone.
It wasn't me.
No one was even near you, buddy. But he's a great player. I thought Aaron Lyons played his heart out, and Kenny Burts in the back was just amazing tonight. And I thought Josh Bolton controlled the middle very well.
Good opportunity for Bolton to get some time tonight. Let's go back to the phones. The number here is 222-9393. Brianna, you're on the post-game show. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks.
What?
I thought it was a great game, actually. In the beginning, I don't know, it kind of seemed like the lineup was just a little bit shaky. I definitely agree with Sammy's players of the game. They were amazing. I like Bolton. I love his hair. I'm sorry, but I could not stop looking at his hair. It was awesome. And there was just one thing. There was rumors going around our section that, like, Mayunger and Steele were resting up because of the 4 games and everything. Is that what? I mean, I don't know what's going on. I mean, usually they're in there.
Sammy's got the injury lineup right here. I think I'm going to go safe. It was a combination of some bumps and bruises and also a chance to rest some of these guys up for the next game.
Well, Brianna, Johnny Minyonger was limping pretty bad. And unless he's faking it, which I doubt it, he's really hurt. Frankie Sanfilippo, I saw him leaving practice yesterday limping. I talked to him early on in the press box. He said the same thing. They played their hearts out the other night against New England, so these guys are really beat up. Greg House wasn't scheduled to play tonight. They were going to use him if they had to because same thing. He's beat up. His thigh hurts. His ankle hurts. He's got bruises everywhere. Comes in, scores an amazing goal, Brianna. Just for you, I think. I think he did it for you.
Anything else, Brianna? You like the game then, huh?
I have to say, I don't know about the Delicat. I mean, I know he all right, I'll give him credit. I mean, he had some pretty nice stuff going on, but I don't know. He just doesn't seem 100% on. Like, he doesn't really seem like he's giving his full effort. I don't know. It's just he's kind of so-so. And when he came off, there was a couple people sitting around us that were kind of glad about that. I mean, I feel bad. I mean, I like seeing positive energy, but I mean, I don't know. He was kind of shaky, I guess.
Well, Sam's going to comment. I'm going to comment. I disagree. I think Delicat, you got to know as a forward how to play with the big man. The big man gets in there. He's not going to be the technical, creative guy with all the touch. He's going to do the banging and the bumping. He doesn't look good because the guys playing with him don't know how to feed off of him. You let him get in there, you wait for the ball to drop down, and he doesn't have that guy. I disagree. I think Delicat was my player of the game.
Really?
Because of his work rate.
Wow. Well, Brianna, my question to you is, you sound like you really know the game. Do you play the game? Do you coach?
Yeah, I play on a travel team all year.
It's pretty well the way you analyze that whole thing.
Very good.
I mean, I think a lot of people feel like you do about him. People that are watching him don't see him do the grunt work. They just see him get the ball and not maybe move as quick as they'd like him to. But he is that target-type forward that doesn't really need to move quick. He's supposed to feed off the guys, get that perfect header, get in the goal. Brianna, we love you calling our show.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the call, Brian. Delicat's like you. You don't move a lot when you play. You just kind of stand there and do your thing, right?
The only time I move a lot is if I'm at a buffet. You know that.
All right, the number here again is 222-9393. The Nextel Direct call-in show driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. Joe Giuliano with Soccer Sam. And, Sam, what can we say about this week coming up? Montreal at Claude Robillard Stadium, where they're drawing huge crowds. Not going to be an easy match for this team.
That city right now is on fire with soccer, and they know the Rhinos. They know the history of this franchise, and I think it's going to be 14,000, 15,000 fans. I talked to someone with the Montreal team. They are right now trying to buy up or rent any bleachers they could find in the city to put them around, because they are like jamming with people wanting to come to this game. Sold-out game. It's going to be amazing. And I hear that the Stampede guys are going up. A lot of Rhino fans are going to go up and make the trip to support these boys. So that, to me, Wednesday night, could be the biggest game of the season so far for the Rhinos in regulation play.
Interesting. And then Friday night, Doug Miller's jersey retired. August the 11th, 7:35 kickoff against Montreal. What a night that's going to be. Billy Cedric comes back to town. Montreal comes to town, and Doug Miller's jersey is retired.
I am so honored for Doug Miller. You know, Doug and I are good friends. I stood up in Doug's wedding. I met him from doing this gig here, doing the TV stuff. Took a liking to what we were doing, and you know, I was honored to be in his wedding back during the championship game. I think in '99 or '98, I think it was. But Doug Miller he is what soccer needs in this country. He is exciting. I mean, you saw Howes do it tonight. You need that energy. Doug brought that energy. I think Doug Miller was, you know, one of the 5 key components of why this franchise took off.
Let's break this game down tonight, Sammy. 90 minutes plus, no goals. Atlanta played last night at home. You said they were flying in today. They lost to Toronto. 0-0 for 90 minutes. Should have gone that long at 0-0.
We had the chance in the box. I mean, we played with 3 in the back. You know, our coach said it earlier on in that town hall meeting or town board.
Town hall.
I said it right. I said it right. Whew.
Don't guess yourself.
Sorry,
you did good.
So the town hall meeting, he said that we are going to play aggressive soccer. 3 in the back. They were doing it. They're playing aggressive soccer. It's just that, let's face it, Atlanta's got a good defense. They're quick. I mean, their goalkeeper made some good saves late in the game. And we just were kind of that term that people that aren't soccer people don't like, unlucky. I thought we were kind of unlucky in the box tonight.
All right, Soccer Sam's a little tired. We'll take a break. Let him catch his breath. You're listening to the Nextel Direct call-in show, driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Nextel Direct call-in show, driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. The number here is 222-9393. Before we go anywhere else with this show, tomorrow, a huge day in Rochester soccer. Soccer Sam's 21st birthday.
I'm 21 again, Joe. I can't wait to go out.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you very much. That's why my wife's here tonight. We're going to go celebrate my birthday after the game. Beautiful. And her first Rhino game this year, and maybe her first in a few years. So thanks for being here, honey.
Beautiful nights. That's Soccer Sam's wife, Linda. She's also known as Soccer Linda, right? Okay. Happy birthday to Soccer Sam tomorrow, and send me a piece of cake, all right?
I will.
I know you have big cakes.
Real big. See this table here?
Yeah.
I get table-sized cakes.
All right, let's go back to the phone. Take some more calls here. Let's go back to the phones and speak with Cody. Cody, you're on the post-game show. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
Good. What'd you think about the game tonight?
I thought it was pretty good. I like Josh Bolton in the middle, and I'm glad they played Boom Boom. He's my favorite. And it was pretty good. I just don't like how they played ball like the whole game, because every time he brings the ball on the field, and instead of crossing it, he tries to do like a Matthews and double touch inside and then go outside or step Meg, and misses it every time. Kind of gets ridiculous, but he has to get over that and be a team player and cross the ball.
Yeah, but, you know, Cody, I mean, I haven't heard you in a while, buddy, by the way. You're another one of those young, intelligent soccer people. But John Ball, what he does to get into that box, you're right. You know, sometimes he hangs on to one touch too many. But, man, he's just so much energy from the midfield line up. He just makes things happen. And
yeah, he makes the runs.
He makes the runs constantly.
Yeah.
Anything else, Cody?
Yeah, I just have a shout-out going out to Emily DeMario.
We told you, Emily doesn't listen to the show.
Cody, does she wait, I got to ask you this, really. Does she listen to this show?
Yeah, she is listening right now.
You sure? That's like me giving, like, Britney Spears a shout-out. I mean, she ain't listening. Does she listen, though?
Yeah, she's listening right now. My friend called her. Or she called me.
Yeah, is that like your girlfriend trying to, like, you know?
Well, I wanted it to be, but she's got a boyfriend right now, so I got to get over it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You got to work on that, man. But listen, here's a word of advice. Forget about doing this over the radio. Like, go up to her, like, give her a little rose, a couple Rhino tickets, say, hey, listen, you know, I'd love to take you to a game.
Bring her to a game.
You know, take some guts, I know, you know. Your face gets a little red, tell you've been tanning all day, and just, boom, go do it, Cody. Come on, do it. Next game, I want to hear the report.
All right. I'll give you a call next game, too. I go to like all right. So.
All right, buddy.
Okay, Cody, thanks a lot. The number here is 222-9393. Joe Giuliano with Chuck Woolery here on Love Connection, Soccer Sam. Let's go back to the phones and speak with Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, how are you tonight?
Hey, guys, what a game, huh?
Good stoppage time game.
What? Yeah, Spikes. If it wasn't for Spikes, I don't think we would have had anything. And that golf ball head? Oh, my gosh, did you see him?
The mascot game was exciting.
You know, I was with you at halftime. I didn't see any of it.
And Mario, oh, my gosh, what a deal.
All right, Jimmy, serious. What did you think about the Rhinos and the Silverbacks?
What are you talking about?
Come on now.
Okay, guys. What are you joking with me or what?
What did you think of the game?
I told you it was amazing. Spikes.
Oh, so you liked the mascot game. All right, man. Well, thank you for calling, Jimmy, I guess.
All right, Jimmy, thanks for the call tonight. The number again, 222-9393.
I hope it's not Emily's other boyfriend.
Oh, yeah. Spikes. He's talking about Spikes. Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Watch out. Iggy, hopefully you got some more serious comments about tonight's game. Welcome to the post.
How you doing, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. Sam, happy birthday. I've been waiting for this day for you to be legal.
Thank you.
I didn't want to get in trouble before this.
Yeah, get rid of my fake ID now.
Huh?
I'll get rid of my fake ID now.
What'd you think tonight? Big game.
I got
for the Rhinos.
5 players of the game. Number 5 is Scotty Vallow for excellent shutout. Nice saves. I mean, he kept us in it to the end. I think we found our center midfielder in Aaron Lines. He's doing everything up top there. He reminds me right now of Mauro Biello, the way he's playing. Number 3 player of the game goes to the referee because he gave Greg House that yellow card, and Greg House got so pissed off, he made number 4 player of the game, and he scored our goal near the end of the game. And the top player of the game for me, because he made his debut, was Josh Bolton, and he was excellent. And, so for a debut starting at defensive center mid, I can't express how important that role is for us. That's that old Lennon Steenkamp position, and I just felt very secure with him back there.
Iggy, it was a steady performance for Josh Bolton. He did a good job. A couple of risky passes across the middle. But, again, he's a young player. He's learning, and I'm glad to see he's getting the opportunity. Iggy, thanks for the call tonight here to 222-9393. We do have a final score in from the USL First Division. Charleston 2-1 over Toronto.
Oh, man.
So Charleston now jumps to a second-place tie with the Rhinos. 34 points for Charleston, 34 points for the Rochester Raging Rhinos. Again, the number is 222-9393. And let's go back to the phones. Ross, you're on the post-game show. How are you tonight?
Hello, Sam. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here with Joe. Ross, how are you?
Oh, good, man. I can't hear you too well, but I'll just say I thought it was a great game. And Josh Bolton did, I think, a great job. It was nice to see a new guy out there. I thought Mike Ambersley left a little blood on the field there, and he also got us that kick when he, right at the end. He worked his rear end up. I think the guys I think they're going to gel, and we're going to have us a team here. I like how they play. And they also, if you look at the shot count, early in the season, we weren't getting anywhere near the shots we're getting now. How's that for a take on the thing?
I'll tell you, Ross, you know your soccer. I think this is Ross Chirico.
Yeah.
Ross Chirico, a legend in the soccer community, his son Jordan. And I tell you, Ross, I thought, a lot of these young guys looked fantastic tonight, too. I saw Ambersley's thigh after the game. It was really, blown up and swollen. It kind of looked like mine do all the time. He was pretty bruised up, but I thought he played a great game.
Yeah, well, Sam, I'm having trouble hearing you, but it's so good to see the Rhinos stepping up here, and I think they're going to just give Montreal a surprise.
I can't wait for Wednesday and then next Friday night here, Ross. It's going to be fantastic.
Looking forward to it, Sam. Keep up the great work. You guys are doing a great job, man. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ross.
Ross, thanks for the call tonight. Again, the number 222-9393. And scoreboard again, Rochester 1-0 over Atlanta. Charleston 2-1 over the Toronto Lynx.
Sausage Lynx. I can't believe that team.
Did do us another favor tonight?
Yeah, they beat Atlanta. They can't beat. Come on, Charleston. I don't get it.
Let's go back to the phones and speak with Jackie. Jackie, you're on the Nextel Direct call-in show. Good evening. How are you tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. What do you think about the game?
Enjoyed the game tonight.
Good.
Thought Scott Vallow did an awesome job in the goal, and thought Aaron Lines there did a great job. in the midfield.
I agree.
Yep. I hope they put it to them in Montreal, and then we're going to welcome them home and cheer them on all the way Friday.
Jackie! Who's your favorite Rhino, Jackie? Tell me, who's your favorite Rhino? Jackie!
Current or retired?
Current.
First current. Then I'm curious on your retired.
Aaron. I like Aaron Lyons.
I think Aaron Lyons, you could tell that he's been around. He knows the game. He's fit now. Earlier on in the season, he was kind of banged up, but he could play some ball, Jackie.
Yep.
And who is your past favorite Rhino?
Lennon Steenkamp.
Lennon Steenkamp. What about Doug Miller, the franchise? They're going to retire his number next Friday night. It's going to be fantastic. You're going to come here for that, Jackie?
We're season ticket holders. We'll be there.
And I hear a lot of ex-Rhinos that kind of were part of that era, and possibly even Lennon Steenkamp may be here next Friday night, the big game against the Montreal. No impact.
Oh, looking forward to it.
Okay, Jackie.
Thanks for the call, Jackie, tonight. We appreciate it. 222-9393, and a player who is getting a lot of positive feedback from the fans calling in tonight, Josh Bolton, on the line with us tonight. Josh, welcome to the post-game show. Very solid performance tonight, and good to see that coach gives you another run tonight against a very tough Atlanta team.
Yeah, thank you. I came in this morning, and I saw my name on the board. I was excited, so I'm just glad I was able to help the team out to a win.
Atlanta played against Toronto last night. They fly in today to take on the Rhinos. What did you think about, were they more fit or more fatigued than you thought? What was your thoughts on that?
They came out pretty strong, actually. In the first half, they played pretty well, but by the second half, you could tell that they're getting tired and fatigued, so I think that's when we were able to capitalize on that.
Josh, we had a couple of callers, man. They're really liking you. But one of the callers, a young female, loved your hair. Put raw eggs in your hair? What do you put in your hair to make it bounce like that?
Nothing, man. I just let it air dry. I don't put anything in it.
Come on. You got the Carlos Valderrama thing. I told you this before. You got to get like 100 different little bracelets on your wrists and do the whole Valderrama thing. Pretend you can't speak English. People love that. Coaches love that stuff.
Oh, maybe I'll try that out a little while.
Joshua Boltano. You got to work on that, baby. But, Josh, I thought you played really confident out there. You did some creative stuff. And, hey, man, you got to keep on working hard at practice. I think you can be a star on this team someday real soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Josh, keep it up, and best of luck. 2 huge games coming up.
I know.
Against Montreal on Wednesday and Friday.
Yep.
And are you making the trip, obviously, to Montreal, hopefully? Do you know that yet?
I'm hoping, yeah. He's going to announce the squad on Monday after practice, so hopefully I'll be in the 18-man roster.
I think after your strong performance tonight, you'll be on that roster, and the local soccer community very proud to see you get a chance and do well tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Josh Bolton, thanks a lot. We'll talk to you hopefully after Wednesday's game in Montreal. Lines are open now. The number is 222-9393, and I'm going to play coach for a second.
Okay,
can I do that?
Go ahead, coach.
You mind?
Yeah. I want an English accent, though.
No.
No, okay, go
I'm not playing manager. I'm playing coach.
Okay.
3-5-2. This is the formation I like. It doesn't mean anything. I don't know anything about the game. I like to see Velo in goal. Burt's central defense, Sanfilippo and Pelguda on the outsides. 5 midfielders. Howes and Bonsu, defensive midfielders. Lines, attacking midfield. Johnny Ball on the right side. Steele or Kraft on the left. Delicate and Johnny Manyanger up top.
That's what you want.
That's my 2 cents.
Man.
That's what I think.
Hey, you are one of the most knowledgeable soccer people I know in this city, so I'll go with that. I wasn't listening to what you said, but I'll go with it.
Exactly. Just agree with it.
I was reading a book over here, so good stuff.
I want to ask you this, too. Chelsea lost to the MLS All-Stars today, 1-0. What'd you think about that?
Like I said before, the world of soccer is all messed up. We showed the other night that we are as good as MLS teams. Here's MLS team playing against Chelsea. Even if their substitutes played, one guy is probably making what the whole MLS team's making in salary.
Good point.
The other night, our $500,000 salary is what one guy, Taylor Twellman, is making for MLS. And we were in the game, man. So it's weird the way it's all politics, I'm telling you. It's who you know in soccer, who you coach for, and it's that way in England, it's that way in Italy, it's that way in MLS, and it's that way here in this league. And it's unfortunate.
If you say the soccer world is messed up, someone lets a guy like you talk about soccer, there's issues.
That's right. What am I doing here? Seriously.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll take more of your calls on the Nextel Direct call-in show, driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct on the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Training wheels, I can't wait.
If you're just tuning in, the Rhinos 1-0 victory over the Atlanta Silverbacks. Greg Howe scoring in stoppage time. The number is 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones and speak with TJ. Hey, TJ, how you doing tonight?
Hey, Joe. Hey, Sammy. How's it going, boys?
Good, buddy.
It was a great game tonight. Happy soon-to-be birthday, Sammy. And
thank you, sir.
And, of course, my co-players of the game tonight, yes, I said co. It would be Scotty Ballo and Josh Bolton from my alma mater, Penfield High School. I got to give the guy props. He played great tonight. I mean, Ballo was out of his mind again, just like he was against New England. It's going to be a tough test with these next two games. And just to let you know, Sammy, I plan on making the trip this Wednesday up to Montreal. So I guess we better watch our backs again. Hopefully it's not as bad as it was last year with Nancy and all that. But what are your thoughts on these next couple upcoming games with Montreal and how big we need these next 9 points in 5 games, if I'm not mistaken, or 6 points in 5, whatever it was?
Well, TJ, before Joe responds to that, I'm being serious here. Anybody going to Montreal, I would not wear anything Rhino related. I'm serious. They really dislike us as a team. They're into it. Don't wear anything Rhino related, Stampede related. Just, wear your everyday street clothes, TJ. And you were the Penfield manager at Penfield High School.
Yes, I was.
Josh Bolton, what were his qualities in high school as a player? I mean, do you see them out here tonight as a pro?
Yes, he was quite like the Penfield guys of new, i.e. Jamar Miller, Brian Usinger. Usinger and Miller were both great guys, but I think Bolton is doing pretty well, and I give Callaway props, and I applaud him for giving him the chance versus the 45 versus Sheffield, and letting him play a lot more, and hopefully he can produce a little bit more and get a little bit more into the game, like Joe said earlier in the post-game and during the game itself, that he made a few bad decisions when it comes to passes in the middle of the field there, but I mean, it's his second game in his Rhinos career. I mean, you guys got to understand that. And I mean, it's going to be a good couple games here. And do you guys think we can overtake Montreal and win our division this year?
TJ, thanks for the call. I definitely think we can, because this team it peaked at the start of the year, hit some bumps here now, but a lot of time left. And not that many points separating Rochester and Montreal, so I definitely think we can. TJ, thanks for the call. And speaking of Josh Bolton, he will be the feature of our trivia question tonight.
Whoa.
Got 4 tickets to win the Rhinos and the Montreal Impact this Friday night, August the 11th, right here at Paytech Park. Let's go back to the phones, and let's speak with Coach Callaway. Coach, welcome to the postgame show, and these cardiac kids got to be driving you nuts.
I'm sorry, Joe, can you repeat the question? Got a bit of static there. I'm on the cell phone in the car.
These cardiac guys waiting for the last second to pull out the victory, they're going to be driving you crazy.
Well, I got a lot of practice in Syracuse. That year, the second year, the last year, unfortunately, the franchise, we won a lot of games like this, and even more dramatically where we came from behind at late in games. I was proud of the guys today, the way they persevered. It was a very difficult opponent in the first half. They came to sort of spoil the game as far as bunkering down and then countering on us, and I thought they did that well. We needed a spark. We'd only got 3 shots in the first half, and, Greg Howes was that spark. He came in and created problems right away. We had 3 shots in the first 3 minutes. As many as we'd had the whole half, and ended up with 13 shots in the second half. So much more life. All the subs came on and did a good job, and we had to wait late for the goal, but that's the way soccer games are won. How many times do we see that in the World Cup? How many times do we see it in big time soccer? It's not necessarily it's not a high scoring sport, and sometimes you have to be patient and win the game late, and that's what we did tonight. And I was very proud of everybody.
Coach, looking forward to Wednesday in Montreal. Now, the Rhinos, the opening of Paytech Park, 6 straight games at home, also in the mix here, getting back on the road. Is that kind of going to be, I don't want to say a breath of fresh air, but a chance for the team to bond again and kind of refocus and re-energize?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt we lost our way a little bit as far as the togetherness, which we, that first 8 games or whatever it was, we figured out that we were gone from probably 35 days out of 40 playing that schedule. And then if you count the time in Cary, North Carolina before the season, it was a long time, but very beneficial in so much that we bonded. Guys go their own ways when they're at home. They've got families, they've got other things, and sometimes that maybe affects that togetherness. We've tried to help with get-togethers and parties at my house, picnics, things like that. So they're pretty tightly knit. They're still learning about each other. I think the young guys, the old guys, some of these college kids have never been involved in this environment, where they're playing alongside married men and people who've got different perspectives on their priorities. And so we're working through all of that. That's a big part of the job right now, actually, behind the scenes, working on the chemistry. And this trip for 2 days will help, and that will help us get back on track there. We can have a little bit of fun at the right times, and hopefully that will help.
Coach Matthew Delicott on the post-game show against New England, and tonight, he's taken a couple of shots from fans that I disagree with. I think as the big target man and the big guy who's going to bang in there up top, I think he's done a great job. How do you respond to that?
I like Matthew Delicott, but he needs, as I said the other day, he needs a player to play with him, and I think we saw a much more effective duo in the second half with Greg Howes, who understands the role of playing off of somebody, and Greg has to rely on his intelligence and the type of runs he makes and the way he interacts with another forward, because he doesn't have the pace that, say, an Adozian has, or something like that, or a Ray Martinez if we played him up there. So Matthew's suffering a little bit right now because he hasn't been able to find that partner that's able to, take some of the load off him, help him get some better chances, and maybe that's what we found tonight. And with Bolton's performance, maybe we'll take a look at that further as we go through this next 3 games in the next 7 days.
Coach, T-Bone Bonsu, a little knock in the head. Is he all right? He was telling me he can't see out of one of his eyes. That's something similar that happened earlier on in the season. Is he going to be all right?
It's a mild concussion, my trainer said. I saw T-Bone after the game. He looks a bit bush aware. So he's had a couple of Guinness or something, but you know how that feels, Sam.
I do know that. Yeah.
But he probably won't be. Any concussions we're finding. You've got to be 2 to 3 weeks for those things. Ricky Lewis still isn't right, and it's dangerous. So I doubt whether T-Bone will be able to feature in Montreal. But certainly, or at home if it's. You got to wait to see what it's like tomorrow morning. Is he nauseous overnight? As he come back tomorrow morning, or they'll come in and see Dave tomorrow, see how he is on Monday, and then we'll evaluate it from there. But it was a nasty knock, and he suffered the consequences.
Speaking of not being right, Coach John Ball, that guy's got he must have severe concussions. He just does not stop running the whole game. He's up and down, up and down. He's waving his arms and waving at the referee. Something's wrong with him, but man, I love the way he plays.
Yeah, John's a very emotional guy. He's very passionate about his performance. He's very passionate about other players' performances. He requires the same work rate from them that he gives. And, at times he just verbalizes himself a little. He's sometimes a little out of line the way he verbalizes. And everybody knows John. They all love him and appreciate him for what he gives. And, he's always treading the line. And, years ago, John always trod on the wrong side of the line. Now he's walking the tightrope a little better and doesn't quite step over the line as much as he used to do. But he's going to be like that the rest of his career because that's what he is.
Coach, a couple guys banged up. This Montreal trip is huge. Frankie Sanfilippo and Johnny Minyonger, the first 2 I can think of. I mean, I think those guys are going to be okay for Wednesday, or are they questionable?
Well, Johnny's got a really nasty contusion from he ran into Charles Quebec, which is not the guy you need to run into if you're 5'3". And he got a Charles knee in his thigh, and he couldn't even jog without discomfort today, and certainly couldn't sprint. Those things, Charlie horses, it depends how deep it is. We'll see how he comes back tomorrow morning. And, we'll be able to tell from what he feels like tomorrow morning whether he's going to be able to make the trip. So hopefully he will. We may have problems still with Ray's Martinez's paperwork. It's still not true, so we probably can't risk him. And even Johnny's got some issues with that this week. His visa expired a couple of weeks ago, and we've been trying to get it renewed. And they was telling us that there's over 608,000 people in line throughout the United States trying to get processed in immigration offices all around the country. So you're just in the lap of the gods with that. So we're concerned about Johnny going, even if he's healthy at this stage. But hopefully we'll be able to get the paperwork to him, and it's just a matter of whether we feel he's healthy enough to play Wednesday or not risk him and bring him back in on Friday.
Coach, that guy number 24 who plays goalie, stopping PKs, stopping everything that comes at him. Has Manchester United called about him yet?
No, he's on fire, as we say. He always comes up when we need him. And the way we play with trying to attack, we're going to expose ourselves at times. I'm a big believer that we've got to try and go forward all the time, even at 1-0 if we get up early. So Valo is very important to our style of play because we need that consistent, solid, reliable guy behind us, and we certainly get that with him. And nobody's called me yet about Tim Sheffield Wednesday had an interest, but they know they'd have difficulty getting him in because of the visas and stuff, and he hasn't played for the United States. So, but no Manchester United or Real Madrid yet.
Coach, I'm going to hire him for my next party. I'm going to hire him as a bug zapper. He's like, he's all over the place. Get that one. Go ahead, Scotty, over there. There's a fly over there. Get it. He's everywhere. Sorry, Joe. Take my medicine.
That's okay. Sorry. Coach, get rested up, and Wednesday, Montreal will be a huge one coming up. We appreciate your time, and another 3 points. Good stuff tonight.
Thank you very much, guys. A pleasure as usual. Thanks for having me on. Thank you.
Coach Calloway from the Rochester Raging Rhinos. And, again, cardiac kids, stoppage time. Atlanta, Mauro Biello scored a goal against them in stoppage time last week. Last night they win 4-2, but then tonight Howes with a blast in stoppage time, and you just knew that thing was going in. The keeper, just no chance. I didn't think he dove for it.
He didn't even see it. It didn't really. He just saw the net waving in the background. But Housey, man, the guy could play. I've been a big fan of his since years in indoor. I was so happy when he came here as a Rhino, and I saw the great goal in Seattle and the great celebration. And tonight, the same thing, Joey. Great goal, great celebration, up in the stands, kissing mama.
The guy that Soccer Sam is raving about right now on the phone, number 9, scoring in stoppage time, Greg Howes. Greg, welcome to the post-game show. Thanks for being on tonight.
Hello, guys. You there?
Hey, Greg. Yeah, we're there. How are you tonight?
Fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
So, Sammy, is he on the mark? Your mother was in attendance tonight. That was the celebration?
Mom was in town, and actually I was running over to the guys on the bench, and I just happened to just catch her right out of all the guys sitting in there. I think it was section 104 or something, and just kind of continued my momentum over to her, and it's a special moment for her coming out here, seeing the stadium, and coming out to see her son play. So I thought it was just a good moment for her, and kind of like I had in Seattle, with my family there. It was just, it's always nice when people come to see you and you do something special for them.
Sammy's wiping the tears from his eyes.
Oh, it's beautiful. It is. I mean, it's a long way. How's you, baby, though? I mean, the goal, you had a chance earlier on. I think it hit the bar, didn't it, the one you hit?
I hit one, and the keeper just hit his butt, and I don't know how he saved it, but, I got to do a little better and not hit it right at him, but I think that goes in more than it gets saved. But let me start, first of all, I want to start by, I know the kids listening, Valo. Unbelievable. The heartbreak we had Wednesday with how he played, and then to come back tonight, and just, and the kid's unbelievable. I wouldn't be surprised if Manu has called him, but he's been unbelievable. So just wanted to get that out there.
Greg, we're going to pry into the Rhinos locker room business a little bit. At halftime, you come on for Adosian. I didn't think Adosian and Delicott seemed to be on the same page. When you came in, you saw a different flow to the game with you and Matthew Delicott up top. What kind of things were going on in the locker room, and what was Coach saying as far as you and Deli playing together?
Well, right when Coach comes in and kind of lets us know that we're making some changes at halftime, which usually we wait until maybe the 60th minute or so. But when he tells you that you're going in, your main thing is to get out there and get warmed up as soon as you can. So right when he gave me the pointed to me and said you're going in, I leave the locker room, and then he goes ahead and and discusses. I mean, we go through the game plan the day before and the morning of. So I just know I got to get out there and get warmed up so I can get right into it. And I did that, and it was and I've been licking my chops a little bit to get up front because I've been a forward my whole career, but it's kind of whatever we can do to get the points and put ourselves in the best position to win a championship. And it's something that's eluded me for a while here outdoors, and I would love nothing more than to be raising a trophy at the end of this year, I'll tell you.
Greg, I mentioned to Coach Callaway that last week and tonight, some people have called and they just understand how Delicott plays. You play side by side with him. Talk about how a forward could be productive playing with Matthew Delicott.
Well, it's really an art, having two forwards that can read each other and play off each other. And Coach kind of made reference to Noonan and Twellman last week. I mean, they didn't get much from it, but they were they were always playing 1-2s and turning you around and making you defend with your facing your goal. And and that's just something that we work on in training. And it's just something that you either have it with forwards, or you really got to work on it. And I've been sitting back in the midfield most of the season watching Deli play up top and trying to play balls into him, and that's kind of how I try to read his game as a forward. So when I get in there, he's a big guy. He's going to win, a majority or if not all the headers that come his way, and and he likes the balls to his feet. And I thought he played a little bit better in the second half. Unfortunately, he didn't score on the header, but you give him that many chances, he's definitely going to put more away than he doesn't. So.
Go ahead, Sammy.
How's he, baby? Montreal Wednesday night. I mean, what's up with that, man? Is that like a big game for you guys, for you especially, buddy?
Well, I made the trip last time, but that was when I had my foot injury, and and so it's always coming here to Rochester last year. You played Montreal. It's obviously a big rivalry, and they've been sort of the team to beat over the last couple of years, and it's kind of something that I think we kind of feel a little bit like the underdog, obviously because they're in first place, but it's a huge game. I don't know what if they play tomorrow against Virginia Beach, but we're going to go in Wednesday and throw everything we can at them because you can't this late in the season with the way the points are. You can't go up there looking for a tie and come home for a win. You got to try to win both of them and put some pressure on them because they really haven't had that much pressure all year long.
Well, Howsy, man, I can't wait. Wednesday, last time you were my host at a TV show, so now I'm going to be working alone, watching you on the field. I need a goal. I need a nice celebration, and I don't want no kisses, man, but I just want something unique when you score that goal in Montreal on Wednesday night. All right, my man?
Well, if they have a stampede, I might go to them, but I think it's time to incorporate the team. It's been, it's just a great feeling to get back on the score sheet and get the morale in the locker room up. And thanks for having me, and all the guys that are listening. Good stuff tonight, and we'll see you guys Monday.
All right, Greg Howes, thanks for your time tonight. And, he could make the most of his opportunity side by side with Delicott. He could be the match that we've been looking for.
You're a little coach maker or something. You're like team maker. Like your match, instead of being a match maker, you're like, this is what I think. Hey, I can say this. I know you make fun of my whole indoor thing, but the fans that don't know, unfortunately, the media in this country don't follow soccer like they're supposed to.
Okay.
The guy you just had on, that we just had on, is probably one of the greatest indoor players of this era.
I agree.
And he's here as a Rhino. And unfortunately, the media doesn't get it. I mean, he is like there was Steve Zungel, there was Hector Marinero, now there's Greg Howes. He's here as a Rhino. I'm honored. Our fans, you saw what he could do out there. The guy's the real deal, man. You look at John Ball, indoor player, could play out there. True. You look at Millwood, comes in, indoor player for Baltimore. What happens? Makes it happen. You look at Toronto, Robbie Ristademo. He's their whole team. I'm telling you, these indoor guys that play indoor all year long, they're just quicker, they're fitter, they're smarter. The ball, it's closer. They can play in tight spots. And Howsy, man, I am so honored that he's a Rhino.
We're going to take a quick break here, but before we do, Sammy, trivia's going out right now. We got about 10 minutes left in this show. Are
Sorry.
you okay?
Yeah, sorry.
He's breathing heavy.
I wrote that. Was that good?
Put that away now. It was good. The trivia question tonight, you got a chance to win 4 free tickets to the Rhinos and Montreal Impact Friday night, August 11th, right here at Paytech Park. Here we go. Josh Bolton, one of your players of the game tonight. How many goals did Josh Bolton score during his college career? He played at Williams College. How many goals did Josh Bolton score during his college career at Williams? Give us a call, 222-9393.
And a little bonus. Do you think he uses a pick on that hair? I don't know. Does he pick it out? How does it get that way?
Let us know. Again, 222-9393. You're listening to the Nextel Direct Call-In Show, driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct on the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Direct Call-In Show driven by Auto Depot and Auction Direct. Joe Giuliano with Soccer Sam. And Sammy, trivia question still out there. How many goals did Josh Bolton score during his college soccer career at Williams College? Give us a call, 222-9393. Sonia, you're on the postgame show.
Hello.
Sonia. Hello. How are you?
I'm great.
What'd you think about the game tonight?
I thought it was a little, slow at the beginning, but I love every game. I just am amazed at these guys that can work so hard for 45 minutes straight and then come back and do another 45 minutes. So I love it.
Good bunch of players working hard out there.
All
Trivia
the time.
still out there. You want to take a shot at the trivia tonight?
I haven't a clue. I'm a late bloomer in the soccer interest field, so
you're probably going to win this trivia question.
No, okay, I'll say 13.
13 is a good guess, but not correct.
I'm not surprised.
Anything else, Sonia?
Yes.
No, it was a good try.
Yeah, okay.
Sonia,
I want to say a shout out to my favorite hairdresser, and she knows who she is. And I want to thank the management. I think we have a special gift here in Rochester. That's you and Sammy, and the way that the fans have access to the team. I don't know if that's standard for the industry of MLS or even this division. We have such up close and personal contact with the players. I think that's a blessing.
Let's go back to your shout-out. Who's the best hairdresser in the world?
She's sitting right next to Sammy.
Love you, Sonia.
It's Linda Fantuzzo, Soccer Sam's wife. She is the best, no doubt about it.
Yes, she is.
Sonia, you've been a huge fan of this team for years. Road trips found this team around.
Yep.
You gotta love these young guys that's starting out tonight.
Oh,
guys
yeah.
right out of college playing fantastic soccer.
Yeah, I think they're great. They're all great.
You know what Sonia
and
said,
Josh
Joe?
looked great tonight, and I wish I had his hair.
I got his hair, but it's on my back. It's scary, Sonia. But Sonia, you said something earlier about the players running for 45 minutes, then they come out. You ever watch like an NFL game, football game? The guy runs like 50 yards, right? He's on a respirator. He's calling his mother, "Mom, I'm still alive."
Oh, absolutely.
It's like these guys
and
do it.
they have a timeout every 5 minutes. So,
Right.
I mean, there's no comparison to any other sport, in my opinion. Maybe lacrosse, and I have to try to get into that, but the running, the constant, and I've been to the indoor, I agree. We used to go up and watch the Blizzard play for 2 or 3 seasons when Dougie was up there, and Schweitzer, and it's much faster, but it's still that and they go in and out like hockey, but outdoor soccer is just nonstop, and I just think it's incredible, and I just have to give them credit for that.
Well,
I couldn't do it.
Nothing. No, I couldn't either. I tried. I couldn't. There's nothing like outdoor soccer because, I have this argument with hockey fans and hockey I would say hockey broadcasters.
Oh, broadcasters.
We talk about
Don.
Yeah.
The Don.
We talk about playing back-to-back games. I said it's a terrible thing for soccer. And he'll come back and naturally say, well, they do it in hockey.
Yeah.
Hockey, you're out there for a 2-minute shift and you're taking a break.
You're sliding.
Absolutely.
You're like they're figure skaters with sticks. I mean, come on.
It's different. You can't
There's a little
compare.
tutu and they're dancing.
You
with
can't
the
compare the fitness for the sports. Totally different sports. So, Sonia, I agree with the comment about the hairdresser because if she makes Soccer Sam look good, she's doing something.
She could probably make him look like Josh Logan if she tried real hard.
Yeah. He's going for the Nick Lachey look, but hey, that's something else to do.
Peter Pet.
Sonia,
Okay,
thanks
well,
for the
we're
call.
going to go to Montreal Wednesday night. We won't be back for Friday's game or the weekend game, but we're going to be in Montreal Wednesday night. And you're right, we're going to be very low-key, maybe even a little beret and a little parler français if we can manage it.
Not too much.
Well, we're going
All
to
right,
try
Sonia.
to blend in.
Thank you very much for the call tonight. All right, Sonia, good call tonight. And back to the phones. The trivia spot there. How many goals did Josh Bolton score during his college career? Let's go back to the phones. Ryan, you're on the post-game show. How you doing tonight?
The answer to the trivia question is it 15?
15 is your guess?
Yeah.
Sammy?
I'm not sure.
No. Good try.
Oh,
Good try.
Ryan. Anything else, buddy?
I was just going to say that Mike Ballard did.
All right, Ryan. Thanks for the call. Mike Vallow, don't know who that is, but great job by Scott Vallow. Number again, 222-9393. Back to the phones. We have JT on the line again. JT, how are you?
Hey guys, what's going on?
Good, JT. Shout out to trivia.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm gonna say, I don't know. We're retiring number 19, so I guess we'll go with that. 19.
Got it. 19 goals in his college career at Williams College. You knew that. You were looking that up, weren't you?
No way.
Really?
No, I'm in the car.
That's a good guess. 19 goals for Josh Bolton.
I just guessed, retiring number 19 for Doug Miller, so I guess we'll go 19.
Good guess. You got 4 tickets to the Rhinos in Montreal on Friday. Were you at the game tonight?
Yeah, I was at the game.
What'd
It was kind of, definitely a different team than we saw on Wednesday. The guys, I don't understand. Didn't Sammy, you were at the town hall meeting, and didn't Callaway say that Greg Howes was hurt and he wasn't going to play tonight?
He said he wasn't. I thought he said he was going to start. But I don't think he said he wasn't going to play. But he may have. I taped the whole thing. I'll have to review it. But I think he said he just wasn't going to start.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of wondering that when he came in. I was like, what? Why is he, coming in after he's hurt? But I mean, it's good to get the win. But team's got to play better on Wednesday and Friday. That's for sure. If we're going to have a shot at finishing first in the league. So. But other than that, I guess that's about it.
They've got to play better against Montreal. Stay on the line. Our producer, Jay, will get your information and tell you how you can pick up your 4 tickets to the Rhinos and Montreal on Friday right here at Paytech Park. Hey, JT, thanks for the call. The number's 222-9393. Let's go back to the phones, and hopefully he's still there. He's been waiting for a while. Aaron Lyons. Aaron, if you're still there, how you doing tonight? Jay, did we lose Aaron?
I think we lost that.
I think Aaron's in New Zealand. The connection is
time zone
is not well there. But like I said to the coach, I think it's a good opportunity for the Rhinos to get away a little bit, kind of hold themselves up in the hotel, get the buddies and the guys bonding again, and break away from the hoopla of the grand opening of Paytech Park.
I tell you, I was on the road trip, the first road trip, and it does. You get up in the morning, you do the walk, you breakfast together, lunch together, dinner together. It does help with the bonding process, and you see different guys that start to work together. Like you mentioned, you like the way Howes and Deli kind of work together. Hey, if they start, they room together, you get that bonding going, you start reading each other's mind, and things like that happen, man. So I think this road trip's real important, but I can't wait. I can't wait for Wednesday. And obviously, it's going to be on Fickle here, and everyone's going to tune in. But Friday night, they're going to retire the franchise number. Doug Miller, official ceremony for Doug Miller. A lot of ex-old Rhinos are going to be in the house to kind of give him his farewell, and hope the fans show up to kind of say thank you to Dougie for what he did.
Speaking of fans showing up, if we don't draw 12,000 for this game, you've got to do something crazy. What can you do so we draw 12,000 for this game? If we don't, take off your wig? I mean, what could you do?
No, I'm not taking my wig off.
Come on.
No. I'm not going to do it.
We got to draw 12,000. I will be so disappointed.
We will draw 12,000 fans for Friday night. People need to come here and say goodbye to this legend to help build this franchise. And there's a lot of fans that have said that, we don't know a lot of the new players yet. You come Friday night, you say goodbye to Doug Miller, and you get to know and fall in love with the new players. I mean, Sonia, year after year for the last 11 years, every year she gets to know the new guys, and they do their thing. Or a lot of fans, for whatever reason, I mean, they're stuck in that era where they're stuck with those players, and they won't. It's like the same thing they have with the Bills. I mean, when Jim Kelly retired, I mean, fans just weren't into it. And until the Flutie era happened and Doug Flutie came and that created that excitement again, the fans got back into it. I'm telling you, be here Friday night, and you're going to fall in love with some new Rhino players.
And I agree with you. Are you a Rhinos fan or are you a Doug Miller fan? I mean, if you're a fan of the club, players change. Players get older. Doug Miller can't play anymore at this level. Lennon Steenkamp is older. Craig Devon has gotten older. Players cannot continue to play at a high level as they get older. So new players come in, but if you're a fan of the club, you continue to stick by your team and support who they bring in and get to know them. That's one thing that hasn't happened. It's very disappointing.
As Coach Willie would say, the club. I'm out, Joey. Thanks to my wife, Linda, for hanging out with me tonight. And I'll see you Wednesday, baby. You coming to Montreal?
I think so. We'll talk about it this week.
Road trip. I like it.
All right, Linda, thanks for joining us tonight. And Soccer Sam, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Enjoy your special weekend. And, again, thanks for all your help on the pregame and postgame show. Awesome stuff.
Thank you.
All right, Soccer Sam, as usual, great stuff tonight. I'm Joe Giuliano for Don Stevens. Our producer, Jay, back in the studio. Everyone else
You are invited to Rex's birthday party on Saturday, August 5th, when the Rhinos take on the Atlanta Silverbacks at Paytech Park, 7:35 kickoff. Rex will be celebrating with all of his mascot friends, and the first 2,500 kids 12 and under receive a lunchbox courtesy of Zweigelt and Foodlink. Bring a non-perishable food item to donate to Foodlink, and receive a coupon good for a $2 ticket discount to the game. Sutter step moving up right foot. Score! Then on Friday, August 11th at 7:35, join us for a special tribute to Doug Miller as we officially retire his jersey. The Rhinos will take on their arch rivals, the Montreal Impact, in a key USL First Division match. All fans will receive Thundersticks courtesy of Time Warner. Rex's birthday party this Saturday. Doug Miller night next Friday. For tickets, go to the Paytech Park box office located off Smith Street, Ticketmaster.com, or call Ticketmaster at 232-1900. Soccertown, USA. Your team, your turf.